Shabbat Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Welcome to this Sabbath day. Glad y'all tuning in. If you are tuning in, share and comment on the video. Today's class, we're going to go into today's class. It's going to be for the love of money. For the love of money. You can do this class a whole lot of times, 1,000 different ways, man. It all going to mean something every time you do it. So we're going to get into a lot of these things, man, like what we was discussing today, about us coming together with some alms and all of this stuff, with the monies and stuff we're supposed to be doing in the truth and according to this Bible. Let's go and start off. We're going to start off with Psalms chapter 62 and verse 10.
The book of Psalms, chapter 62, verse 10. Trust not in oppression.
Don't trust in oppression. We shouldn't be trusted in just because we over here in America and the way Americans achieve money and chase after nothing but riches. Don't trust in oppression. Because if we trust in our oppressors in the ways they do things, it's not going to work for us. Right now, it's a two-party system. It's a system for you Negroes, and it's a system for everybody else. So it's not going to work for us. So we shouldn't be trusting in oppression. Go ahead.
Trust not in oppression. Become not vain in robbery.
Become not what?
Become not vain in robbery.
And that's what we're learning this for. Our oppressors. And we want to learn everything he doing. We want to get vain and robbery. So now what we do, because we so far behind, we look at the only way we can step up is what? We got to get that $1 million and all that stuff. What was we doing? Selling dope. I sold it. What did you do? Did you sell it? Because you had to come up, did you? Because you had to come up, did you? Because he had to come up. Him, it's things we did because that's the only way we knew we don't be able to make the money like they make. Because they schools ain't never paid. We always got to start out the bottom. I mean, in America right now, what you got? 1 billion now? And then he had another one, but see what they did to him. Oh, you said too much. Take him back down. Go ahead.
If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
If you get some money, if money comes, don't be thinking you all that. Boy, we can't. Boy, you know, soon we get $50,000. What we do? We go buy $1 million house. I put a down payment on $1 million house. Now you ain't got the $50,000 to make the payment next month. But that's how we do. We always, as soon as we get something, we ready to spend it. But we the biggest consumers in America, and make the less money in America. The less money. And on top of that, you women are the most consumable. And by average, y'all make the lesser money. So that should be a lesson. That's why we ain't got nothing. We can't save nothing. Only thing we can save is that penny jar. Then you go to a little 5-year-old white girl, she got 17 penny jars. And invested some of that in something else. All we know how to do with money is spend it. We don't know how to invest nothing. We know how to buy everything, though. Amazon kings and queens around here. Go ahead.
Verse 11. God had spoken once.
That's all I needed on that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 11. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 11. Get ye out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Get ye out of the way. Turn aside out of our path. Get out of the way the world's doing things, the way they operate into things. Get out of the way, because the Most High is going to cease to doing what he want, when he want to bless you, he like, I can't even bless you. Why? Because he is in the way. You in your own way of your blessing. Why? Because you just won't stop and look and do what he say do, how it's done. We always like to kind of, let me just do this every now. No, no, that do not work, man. Y'all think the Most High playing. Y'all, the way you was in that world, the way it was in that church, everything was able, you could come up with any excuse you want to, and God will be cool with it. When we read this Bible, he ain't cool with it. I remember in Christianity, sure, you didn't care. You go do it. You say you repent. That's what they call repent. God forgive me. I just shouted. I'm good now. That ain't repent. They just asking for forgiveness. And just because you ask for forgiveness don't mean the person got to give it to you. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Wherefore, thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word, and trust in oppression.
That's what they trust in?
And trust in oppression.
When they're saying trust in oppression, that means you trusting in this captivity we in. Trusting in the oppressors, the ones who oppressed us. You trusting in his ways. Because we done been taught that way. That's the only way you can make it. We taught the only way you can have some money in America, you got to play basketball, football, run track, make a movie, and rap about drugs and alcohol. That's how you make money in America. Or the strip club. OnlyFans. Now. It's these new monies are making money. That's the only way we know. And where we get that from? White man told us, hey, that's the only way you're going to make this money. No, you can't. It's not the only way. And what's so bad about it, when it comes to the Israelites, we can't think of nothing to make money but go to work, get a job. We don't even try to think, okay, let me start a business. That's why the Bible said about the what? The children of the world, they're smarter, wiser than the children of the spirit. Because we get in there and we just think we ain't supposed to do nothing, but God is going to do everything. No, get off your butt. Getting in the truth don't mean get lazy. Getting in the truth meaning you finna put in more work than you ever did. Because you need to now be in scriptures all the time, go to work all night, get up, take care of a family, get back out there and do that every day. They don't have to do that, so their mind is on nothing but what's the name. But y'all got to have confidence in the fact that if you're doing what the Most High God told you to do and keep these law, statutes, and commandments, you're supposed to be stepping out as men and getting out there and getting money for your family. Y'all got to quit accepting this low class like y'all just, I just take this job. No, get up and do something. Use your mind. Do you have one? You should. Go ahead.
Because you despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness.
And what?
And perverseness.
And what?
And perverseness. And stay their own.
And that's what they do. They stay in their perverseness. I ain't just saying you just perverse as far as just where you're nasty if you sin. Period. I guess it is perverse. What you're saying, you still doing the things of the way of the world, the way they do it. Y'all don't even have faith in your own goddamn self. Because you trust in oppression. You trust in that job. That's one thing I never did. I ain't never been faithful to a company. I quit on you in a minute. I quit on you, Negro, if the next company pay me a dollar or two. And give me some more albums, Negro, bye. But I thought you supposed to be loyal. We've been loyal to you for 10 years. No, you haven't. I worked hard for 10 years. Bye. Loyal to none of these people, man. What am I loyal to my oppressor for? All I'm doing is going from one plantation to the next one. So, but he beat me on Tuesday. Well, the other one beat you on Thursday, same thing. Still getting the same whoop. Is that all end on 12?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to Job chapter 20.
Read verse 13. Right?
Go ahead.
Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
And that's what the Most High God called it. He said this iniquity. When we trust in oppression, hey, that's going on. It's as a breach ready to fall. Even with the facets of America, we trust in these things, man. We see that that's why we're falling and failing as a nation. Read on up.
Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, swelling in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
And in what?
At an instant.
And we see these things, man. No matter how hard we try to fight, no matter how much overtime you try to work, Most High God is doing what? Putting holes in your pockets. You don't keep the commandments. It says at an instant, man. You're not taking this truth seriously, the Most High God not going to take your financial situation seriously. Go ahead, Op.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. All praise. Let's go to Job chapter 20, verse 12. Anyone of you brothers have something? Yeah. Yes.
Nah, we go back to it.
Okay. Job chapter 20. Told y'all to go. I ain't went nowhere yet, boy. Chapter 20 and verse 12.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 12. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue.
See, the thing about it, when we trust in the oppressor and we trust in our oppressor, what they be telling us is nothing but lies. It sound good. Our people fall for it every day. Those ain't nothing but traps and snares that they give us. Go ahead.
Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of apes.
It's what? Hold on. It's though he spared 13 again.
Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth.
He said the wickedness be sweet in his mouth. See, he ain't even spitting it out. You know, he's sucking on a long, big old lollipop. He put it in his mouth, just you won't even know he got it. It's sweet to him. And here you looking at it. Boy, let me get some of that candy. It look good. Remember, you ever been around people sometimes you never even thought about the Jolly Rancher, but you see somebody sucking on a Jolly Rancher, you be like, man, you ain't got enough. Now you want some because you smell that smell. That's the same thing we be doing with the oppressor. We be like, well, that looks good. Let me get one. But you don't know what the purpose is he got it for. He got it to get you. Go ahead.
Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of apes within him.
See, it look good in his mouth, but what is going on in his body, what? It's turning. Wheels are turning in his head. And then read that again.
Yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of apes within him.
That's vipers, like the cobra. Within him. Go ahead.
Verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
He said he swallowed down. He's taking them all up. But the Most High got a plan for him too. So if you're going to be joined with him, you're going to get the same results coming with you too. If you finna get your money and look at your people and do how they do, because a lot of times rich people, one thing about a rich man, a lot of rich people, if they worked hard doing it, they had to step on a whole lot of people to get there. You don't become rich without stepping on somebody. And a lot of times our people get rich by who we stepping on. Ourselves. We ain't got nobody, ain't nobody under our feet but us. So we ain't stepping on nobody but us. So when they allow you to even get rich, they'll let you. You just got to do a whole lot of stepping. And put on the big boots. That's what they want you on, the ones with the spikes on. So when you step on your brothers, you just poking holes in his head.
Let me get the precept real quick.
Go ahead,
Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32 and start at verse 31. Because Christ, Moses, the Most High God, he's giving us even understanding on this. We take the poison of Esau's system and try to do what they do to obtain riches and glory. It doesn't work out for us at all. Even like how you said, like, hey, like when we see with these people in Illuminati or whatever, how they, hey, you're gonna have to pay a price to get what Esau got.
Mm-hmm.
Read this out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 31. For the rock is not as our rock.
Say, their rock is not as our rock. Who is the rock of Satan? Damn it, I just hate it. Who is the rock? Damn it. Who is the rock of Esau?
Read on, For their rock is not as our rock. Even our enemies themselves being judged.
Being what?
Being judged.
Read on up.
For their vine is of the vine of Sodom.
So he's giving us understanding. Their vine is the vine of Sodom. Read on.
And of the fields of Gomorrah.
Homosexuality. Read on up.
Their grapes are grapes of gall.
Gall is going into the poison of apps. Is a type of poison. Read on.
Their clusters are bitter.
Meaning what? Clusters of grapes should be sweet. Meaning what? The words of our Bible are like sweet and honey. Read on up.
Their wine is the poison of dragons.
Of what?
Of dragons.
Read on up.
And the cruel venom of asps.
So the Most High God is saying we can't get down asp. An asp is a what? Is a poisonous snake. So the Most High God is telling us we cannot get down on how Esau gets down, man. The way that they move about in society, we cannot do those things. And we see that those things never work out for us. Because he's showing us what their poison is, what their gall is, and what their vine is. Go ahead,
And even when they were born, what did he tell them? He said there was two manner of people. Go ahead, you have something?
And that vine, he said their vine is the vine of Sodom, man. That vine, that's what their meaning is, man. So they can't change.
Exactly.
They are who they are. We're trying to change the so-called white man to be somebody else who he's not. That is his vine. That's who they are. That's what we always say. Yeah, they started homosexuality, right? They're the inventors of this thing, right? It come from them.
And you know what's funny, y'all? I noticed. You ever notice how and I call them this all the time. Every last one of them that come by, no matter how hard they look, how big they are, how many times have I said, like that homosexual right there? How many times have any of them said, I'm not homosexual? Not one of them. Now, it's either something either the Bible telling us the truth about these people, or they've been lying to us all our life. I'm going to believe God rather than man.
And you think about their conversation. When they see us and they try to describe us, what do they say? No, that's a big hunk of a man.
Yeah.
What does that mean, Esau? They just say any damn thing like that. We don't even be paying attention, but they say stuff like this all the time.
That don't even comprehend in our head. They don't even go that way. You had something you want to pull?
No.
Okay. That's crazy. But I just thought about that. I was like, boy, and I know we all have said that. I know I say it on a regular basis. I might say it 5 times when we get downtown today. And they'll never turn around and say, I'm not no, because if you tell a black dude, I don't give a damn what you talking about. Walking down the street, you say that to him. You just walking down the street, here's a group of people say, I wouldn't even give a damn if it's a Klan over there with they got no mask on. See, the blacks are homosexuals, we got a problem. I finna interrupt all this little old campaign that they got going on. But, where we at? Keep going. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, let's go back to Job. Yeah, keep going.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 16. He shall suck the poison of asps. Right? Asps. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter.
See, the thing about it is, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and let this speak. Go ahead.
That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein.
See, that's one thing we can't be concerned about how he doing it and how he getting it. Because, like he said, he just brought that 32 wide. Because, man, it's some destruction coming for him. For everything he getting. So if it's coming for him, what makes you think just you getting it too? He said, hey, first of all, you might get it worse than he did because it wasn't even made for you. At least it was made for him to be like
No, you
that.
gonna get it first. We gonna get it first.
Exactly.
Right.
And it wasn't even made for you to be like that. That's like even when it comes down to that open pit. You'll be in there first before Esau. Esau got a job to do before he go in there. He got to clean up. You just got to burn. You'll be in there waiting on him. With gnashing at the teeth. That's what he said. The judgment will begin where? In the house of Israel.
Let's prove that real quick, man. I couldn't even hold back. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 15. And so we know that the New Testament precepts are predicated on Old Testament scriptures. And even during the time of Jeremiah, was prophesied the nations that was going to get it. Jeremiah chapter 25 and read verse 15 now.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 15. For thus said the Lord God of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee.
To whom he what?
To whom I send thee.
Read on now.
To drink it.
To do what?
To drink
So
it.
the context is what? The cup of fury. And the nations that's going to have to drink it. Read on up.
And they shall drink and be moved
Uh-huh.
and be mad
Read on up.
because of the sword that I will send among
Read
them.
on.
Then took I the cup at the Lord's hand, and made all the nations to
And
drink,
made who all to drink?
and made all the nations to drink,
Read on up.
unto whom the Lord has sent me,
Unto whom the Lord has sent me. Let's see who first on this list. Read on.
to wit, Jerusalem,
Uh-huh.
and the cities of Judah,
Uh-huh.
and the kings thereof,
Read verse 18 again.
to wit, Jerusalem,
To wit, Jerusalem. So we're going to have to drink of this cup first.
Mm-hmm.
Going into what I just said, Jerusalem going to have to get it first, man. Read on.
and the cities of Judah,
Read on up.
and the kings
And
thereof,
the kings, the leaders thereof. Read on up.
and the princes thereof,
Read on up.
to make them a desolation,
Uh-huh.
an astonishment,
Read on up.
an hissing,
A hissing. Read on.
and a curse, as it is this day.
Read on up.
Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants,
Read on up.
and his princes.
So we see Egypt gonna get it next. We know Egypt is symbolic for who? For America today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also talking about the real Egyptians. Read on up. That ain't all.
And all his people, and all the mingled people,
So now he's going into other nations. Go ahead.
and all the kings of the land of Uz,
Uz today is Jordan. Read on.
and all the kings of the land of the Philistines,
The Africans are how they would know it as today Palestine. Read on up.
and Ashkelon,
Uh-huh.
and Azah,
Azar is Gaza. Read on.
and Ekron,
Read on.
and the remnant of Ashdod,
Read on.
Edom, and Moab,
Read that again up.
Edom, and Moab,
Edom and Moab. So we see all these nations that's gonna get it, but like how we was pulling, Israel is gonna get it 1st.
Mhm.
Read on up.
and the children of Ammon.
So when you read on down, it's listing all these nations that's gonna drink the cup of the fury of the Lord. We can read on, but
Go
check
down
it
to
out.
verse 26.
Break it down.
Clear it up.
Verse 26. And all the kings of the north,
Uh-huh.
far and near,
Read that again.
and all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world,
And all the kingdoms of the what?
of the world,
Read on up.
which are upon the face of the earth, and the king of Shishak shall drink after them.
So we see all these nations gonna get it, man.
Everybody. And who's at the top of the list? No.
Us.
Us.
Real quick, what's the precept in the New Testament?
1 Peter 4:17.
All praise. Who's right there, man?
What's another precept?
Well, Zechariah 13:8.
Zechariah 13 to 17.
18. 8.
13 to 17.
Let's go back to Job.
Oh, the precepts of Zechariah 13 to 7 and 1 Peter 4:17.
Let's go back to Job. And where do we start off with? 18? Yeah.
No, like 19 or you will be 18.
No, 19.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 19. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor,
Which is Israel. Go ahead.
because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not.
He violently took away America. He violently took away Australia. He violently took away every piece of land that he done been on. Violently, he did that. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
See, he ain't never satisfied. He always hungry. And this one, you know, when people, he hungry all the time. Right after dinner, he want a snack. Then he want to eat again. After he done ate a whole huge dinner. He always hungry. This so-called white man is always hungry, man. And we want to be like him. So here we follow him and looking at his examples. So guess what that makes us? I'm always hungry. That's what we be. I gotta get it. Gotta get it how you can. Gotta be a go-getter. Go ahead,
Let's go to Psalm chapter 49, verse 11, right quick. Right? Because like I said, they always hungry. Right? And the pride of them, guess what, man? We hungry and we can't be stopped and we gonna continue to keep eating. Nobody can do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's how they think, man. Read this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
This is how they think. They gonna eat as much as they want, and they feel like they gonna continue forever. Nobody can stop them. That's what kind of frame of mind that they got, right? They already greedy until they eat till they eat no more. Now their house, they think that their house is gonna continue forever, right? But read.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
To all their generations, right? But read.
They call their lands after their own name.
So after they conquer it, guess what, man? It's just like if you build something, they come take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They put their name on it. Guess what? You get a land, they come take it. They put their name on it, right? This is how Esau do. Anything that when you going into, when they going inside, they call their lands after their own name. Anything they get, they take things into their possession. So no matter what we do in our captivity, why you think all the inventions that we made, guess what? It don't mean nothing to us no more. Why? Because it's a so-called white man's name on it now,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is how they do. Go ahead,
Yep. And that's another thing what they trying to do. I'm glad he brought that to their generations to pass down. Because one thing I've been hearing on the internet, on all the YouTube and all this little thing, what about people starting to say now? Anybody know? I'm trying to get a generation of wealth. That's what all of our people saying that now. A generation of wealth. So that means, but then they don't even have a family. They gonna have a generation of wealth.
We got no
We
children.
ain't got a family. I'm finna make a generation of wealth. I guess it starts with you. That ain't much of a generation. I get a generation of wealth, not generation. But that's what our people have gone to. We trying every time they doing something. What's so bad about it? We the creators of all things that came out anyway. So why are we now following behind the people that oppressed us? We following behind the last place person.
Basis of means.
The basis of men. Looking at them like they doing everything correctly. And that's what he said. They vipers. They doing everything wrong. Everything wrong. But we trying to be like them so bad.
Jump up to verse 10 right quick before we leave.
Verse 49.
49.
For he seeth that wise men die.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others.
That's what I could go into, man.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what they do.
That's exactly what they do.
They leave. Hey, we gonna get into what we be doing. While some of y'all be sitting up there, I'm gonna leave this to my kids. Shit, I done been around. I think it never happened to them, boy. As soon as my mom and them died, boy. I had brothers I didn't even know I had.
Probably would work.
Yeah, ate everything. I mean, just see going on with that. Oh, you know, I'm your cousin. Go ahead, man. Let's go back to Job. 20 and 20.
Yeah. The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
He said he ain't saying that which he desired. Go ahead.
There shall none of his meat be left.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore shall no man look for his good.
He gonna be gone. So if you want to be gone, you keep following. He finna be gone. Go ahead.
In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Mm-hmm.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
All these other wicked nations gonna come up on these people that we trusting in. Trying to be like. Because y'all got to understand, they ain't just doing bad business to y'all. They jerking everybody.
I'm talking about everybody, man.
Only reason a lot of them ain't saying nothing because everybody making money off of them but us. Because they using everybody, and that's why your stores get changed out every 10 years. It'll first be the Africans running the goddamn corner store. I showed Jeroboam that, did I not? I go in them stores, I asked them, what country you from?
Every single time.
I asked them, what country you from? They'll say Nepal.
Every store.
I go over here and say,
every
what
store.
country you from? Nepal. So when I get to another place, me and Jeroboam ain't never been. This on different sides of town. I told Jeroboam, I said, I can promise you, I can tell you what country you from. Are you the owner? Yes.
And I didn't believe it.
What country?
I'm talking about,
I already told him. I
I
said, he's finna tell you he's from Nepal.
And guess what? Nepal.
And then as soon as I asked him, he's from Nepal.
Every store. I'm talking about every single store.
Yes.
Every.
Because they got their periods in your hood to make money off of you.
Yeah.
When a new country come, they out. That's when they owning the stores. See, y'all think they all be the same. Y'all think they be all Iraqis or Iranians.
Right.
No, they be from other countries coming in at a certain time to take out for you. I remember when Oak Cliff and all them stores were owned by nothing but Africans. Now you see the Arabs got them. Ethiopians got all the 7-Eleven. That's a planned out, man. Go ahead, let's go back.
Read verse 22 again.
Yeah.
Verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Let's prove that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 13 real quick. Get back to Isaiah chapter 13 and get straight to the point, verse 14. Well-known chapter, brothers should know this chapter. If not, make a mental note. Just read over this when you get home after class.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chase road.
And it shall be as the chase road. That it is going into Esau. Who knows what a roe is, bro? It's a deer. And it, meaning Esau, shall be as a chased deer. Read on.
And as a sheep that no man taketh up.
And as a what ox?
And as a sheep that no man taketh
That
up.
no man taketh up. Meaning no country is not going to be sanctified here to come in there to be rescued from persecution. Read on.
They shall every man turn to his own people.
And this is why, because every nation going to turn to their own people. So our people that love Esau dirty draws, what you going to do in this day, man? Every nation going to turn to his own people, man.
Yeah.
Read on, up.
And flee every one into his own land.
Into his what?
Into his own land.
So guess what? People going to be trying to leave America. Go back to China, go back to Japan, go back to Canada, go back to these places that they are originally from. Read on up.
Every one that is found shall be thrust through.
Read on up.
And every one that is joined unto them.
That is what up.
That is joined unto them.
Read on up.
Shall fall by the sword.
Shall do what?
Shall fall by the sword.
Read on up.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
That's going into what? Psalm chapter 37.
Look, Tanner.
That's what Tanner was going into. What I was dealing with Logan. You know? Hey, Logan got a piece of that. Hey, all these things are in harmony together, man. Precept upon precept. Read on.
Their houses shall be spoiled,
Uh-huh.
and their wives ravished.
And guess what? This is the judgment that they get. Go ahead, huh?
And that's the thing about it. I'm glad you said that because the fact of the matter is, if you don't want this, that's what's going to be happening to them. You don't want this to occur again to you. Because it already happened to your people. You don't want it happening again. And this is what the outcome of following these people.
That's right.
Let's go. When we finish, go back to Job. Yeah. Because when you go down there, boy, I try to stop it, but it just was too good. Go ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
While he what?
While he is eating.
While he is eating. And what is he doing right now? Eating. Eating. Go ahead.
Verse 24.
Hold up, y'all got to
Real.
hear the slang that's in there. What do we call people that's getting money, man? That brother eating.
That's exactly what it is. That's
Boy,
why
that brother eating in the hood,
he
man.
eating. He eating.
You got to hear the language, like they talk just like us. A lot of times you have to literally put yourself in there to really see it.
I'm gonna give you another one how it goes. He eating, right? What did the Bible say they live?
Delicious.
Delicious. He eating good, baby. He eating deliciously.
And I'm gonna give you another one too. When you catch somebody while they eating, what you doing? Catching them slipping. I'm gonna catch them slipping, man.
And that's what the Most High God said.
Yeah, well, that mother got that table with all the food. He got a table this long. It's just him by himself. Yeah, I'm gonna get some. That's what he doing. He eating good. Got all the abominations on the table. And he just eating it. But at the same time, that's when the Most High said. That's when that dude come from right behind him.
Catch them slipping.
He just came right out the bathroom. Bust him in his head. Go ahead.
Verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
He said, hold on. Y'all don't even get what they're saying. Read that again.
He shall flee from the iron weapon.
Wait a minute. Y'all hear that? Who was the master of the iron weapon? He gonna be fleeing from what? Them same iron weapons he was using, he finna be fleeing from those. So that means these other nations finna come at him with his invention. Go ahead.
And the bow of steel shall strike him through.
The what?
The bow of steel shall strike him through.
Bullets. AKs, all them stuff. All that stuff that they won't let us buy.
Well, keep the mind, like I said, keep the mindset. What do you, man? We like this. Think about us as a nation, but we are not sitting around thinking of making a weapon to kill the whole world. They literally sitting around making weapons to kill everything.
That's right.
Right? But so guess what? So the Lord said they own weapons that they use to think to kill the world. Finna
be used on them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And if you want to be joined with them, if you want to keep making your money like they making, you want to keep getting over on your black folks, guess what? You get it too. You get it too. And I'm happy when you get it too. Negroes always getting over on everybody. They want to do to get over on our own people. But then when it comes to white men, we be honest as hell.
Ain't it? Real, man. Well, that's my experience did almost every day, man. Brother be sitting up there, boy, I'm talking full of lies. Boy, go up there and talk to Esau, boy, he's so honest. He's so honest. You be like, man. Like, bro, you wasn't even talking like that just a minute ago, man.
Yeah, they give it up, boy. Shoot, man.
Boy, you know we got it. Man, let me get another precept.
Go ahead, now.
Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 20. Let me say it just like we always say, the Bible is a puzzle. Literally putting scenes together with precepts. Let me say, Most High God is going to use them against one another and the weapons that they done created against one another.
Same ones that made a treaty with.
That's right.
To put us down. The same ones that go get their butts back.
The same one that's sitting at that table with the tumult.
That's right. Read this out.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 20.
Another well-known chapter that brothers and sisters should know about. Read on.
Behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth.
All the who?
All the kings of the earth.
All the leaders of the earth. Read on.
To reverence me.
To do what?
To reverence me.
Let's see how they're going to reverence the Most High. Read on.
Which are from the rising of the sun.
The rising of the sun is what, brothers? China and Japan. Read on.
From the south.
From the south. Read on.
From the east.
And
of Libanus.
Libanus is what? Lebanon. Read on.
To turn themselves one against another.
Read that part again.
To turn themselves one against another.
So that's how all the kings and the leaders gonna reverence the Most High, by turning them one against another. Meaning what? World War III. Read on.
and repay the things that they have done to them.
And to repay, meaning pay them back for the things that they have done to the Israelites, man. So it's on the reverence of the Most High God and to pay them back the atrocities and cruelness that they have did to His chosen. Go ahead, Doc.
And that's when you was just coming up on you telling just last week when he was bringing up the Euphrates River drying up even more. That thing damn near completely dry. And then I was looking at the news last night, and it showed what is that? Iran and United States having a problem now because of what was going on in Syria. They retaliate on Iran because Iran blew up something in Syria. You know, the Syrians and Iranians having a problem. So they blew up something in that little area right there. So the UN decided they can go in and start killing Iranians. Now Iran is like, okay, y'all don't know what we got. And that's the thing about Iran is still secret about a nuclear program.
You still at edges. Jump up to 14. We gotta get some more, man.
Verse
14. 15 to 16.
14.
And the thing is, a U.S. contractor was just killed in Syria.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
like-
that's
like
what
a day or two ago.
yeah, that's what they're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a day or two ago, yeah.
Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
That's what about. What's why he's keep telling us to come up out of this world. You want to stay within this world, it's gonna be destruction. Read on.
For the sword and the destruction drieth
He
not,
said the sword and destruction that died draweth nigh. Read on.
and one people
Uh-huh.
shall stand up to fight against another,
One people shall stand up to fight against another. Read on.
and swords in their hand.
Read on.
For there shall be sedition among men,
Uh-huh.
and invading one another.
And doing what?
Invading one another.
Invading one another. Read on.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
So just like a while back, man, you know, like we say, you look at something made in China, right? We wasn't beefing with the leaders in China. Now Kim Son and the president, they can't, whatever they name it, they can't stand each other. They talking big noise. They sending Dennis Rodman to go over there and talk to the brother for what? I'm just saying. We ain't have no problem with Russian them. Now Putin talking about pushing the button. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is saying, this is what the Bible is saying, man. One against another, and they should not regard the kings and princes. It used to be a point in time where they got along very well because they was all eating delicious, like we said. Now, and this is to show you that it has to be a front runner in everything.
Yeah.
It has to be a first place, a second. It has to be a winner and a loser, right?
And that's what they're fighting for.
And that's right, because Esau is winning right now.
Mm-hmm.
Although China and them, they getting a little bit, Esau's still the front runner. And now they don't like that, man. So that was great. Like I brought that.
And world wars come from, when they have world wars, it's to see who's going to be the number one. We all accept this, but it's just like,
Who lead
this
this
a world, I'm a world, I'm a world. Okay.
But who leads?
We all running stuff. But I want to be the runner of a whole thing. So,
Right.
and that's what they fight for. That's one thing I noticed, boy. When you got white on white crime, boy, do you ever notice it be major destruction behind that, boy? It ain't just the little war. It's everybody in on it.
What is any brother know what is sedition?
Separation.
Yeah, make it more plain though.
Separation between not together.
But
He want me, boy. He want that.
in the context of bring it up to a current event,
Like segregation.
Ak is partially right, but you want to. That's right. Separation. Damn it.
He's saying bring it up to
Bring it up to
something.
today. Like for instance,
Use an example
it's
today.
separation, but what is an example that you can use of sedition? That's right. That's the point. We always want to home in points that are current to show that the Bible is what? Is a true book. So when you saying sedition, that's not a regular Negro and Latino word. So that's why it has to be broken down with a current event. Showing what happened at the U.S. Capitol. That literally Esau going against Esau.
Mhm.
Sedition, trying to take over the Capitol. We're literally seeing these prophecies playing out in what? In real time. So that's where you got to home it in more. Go ahead.
And not only that, when you're looking into Daniel, when he said iron and clay, they got the military and then they got the people that's going against it, and that's the iron and clay, which makes the what? Makes the foot or the foundation what? Become weak.
That's right.
So the definition is inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state of monarch. Like you said, don't white people going and rushing the damn Capitol. Shoot, that.
Mhm.
Y'all.
And
Y'all
then
pissed at them now.
He'll try to act like, oh, we ain't did nothing. Be like, what? We didn't even know you could do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, we couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
we could. That's what I was surprised when I seen it. I was like, what they doing? They were climbing walls. I was like, there's some steps right there. Why don't they just take the step? They were just doing stuff. Just, yeah.
Then the
Go in there and sit down.
They can't do nothing. Then
Broke you to sit down.
Then the government set back like they couldn't do nothing about it.
Couldn't do nothing, man.
They said, no, we can't do nothing about it. We can't do nothing.
They had the one dude had on all them horns and all this stuff, and it's like the police was giving him a tour. They were going down in this room, opening this door. He taking a picture. They up there clowning. They taking Instagram.
Sure.
Let's go down here. Where Pelosi office at? Wait a minute.
Yeah, for real.
So that lets you know not only that, the people who's supposed to be protecting them, they with the people who is against the government. So you can also say some of these police are against their own government.
What was it? One death? I think it was one death.
Yeah, that one lady that talked all that noise.
Right, and it wasn't just no kid, man. It been us. Would have been death.
One.
Death.
And that was the lady. That was the lady that wouldn't get back. Well, she talked all that noise. Had all the pages on there.
Police officer.
Yeah, police off. They smashed him.
But it wasn't no like
Nah.
killing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was just a trap. Like, you get trampled.
We could have been up there protesting with 3 people. Walked up them stairs, there would have been 3 Negroes dead.
That's right.
That's what it been in. Let's go back. Job chapter 20 and the last one, 22. No, 22. 25. Yeah, go to 25. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm looking at it. I'm like, we can go over that again, but go ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 25. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gouge.
Mm-hmm.
Terrors are upon him.
The what?
Terrors are upon him.
What?
Terrors are upon
When
him.
you was just talking about that over there in Iraq, they had killed the American soldier. They retaliated, went and threw some more bombs back in Iran, and then guess what? Iran done blew up a couple of the United States, what you call them, bases. Yes, yes, that blew them up. That, like I said, this the little guys right now. America having to play with these guys right now. Once they get occupied with them, it's going to be a great opportunity for the big boys to hop in. You know, when you got a problem over here, you could be whooping this one. But then, big boy come behind you and hit you right in your head. So you got to understand, we're looking at a whole lot of devils, boy. These devils fighting each other, just like he just brought it out. Go ahead.
Verse 26. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places.
Mm-hmm.
A fire not blowing shall consume him.
What?
A fire not blowing shall consume him.
See, all his darkness, all this stuff that he think he getting away with is hidden. But he said, hey, a fire not blown shall consume him.
What that mean, Ehud? A fire not blown. What that mean?
That's the nukes.
That's the nukes,
Mm-hmm.
man. Break it down even more.
Well, the ones that's not going to explode, that may explode underground. So that's where most of them coming out from.
Yeah. But remember, how is a fire normally made?
By
By blowing on it.
That's right.
You got to put that in there.
He said it's not.
Y'all make it seem like our
It's
people
not
understand these
blown,
things
how
a lot
is
of
it
times. We have to break these things down, man, to literally make them see the picture. No, this ain't talking about you at the Boy Scout with that stick. No, this is talking about nuclear fusion, that type of a fire.
And you know it's not the same fire because it said it shall consume him.
Consume
You can't
him.
consume him with a little fire. The stick ain't gonna consume you right here, man. No, this is something big.
Yeah, because when you making your fire, it's a control thing.
That work.
When this other fire come, he said it ain't gonna be coming from you down there trying to get control of the fire. This fire coming uncontrolled.
If the nukes blow up underground, the gas lines will set everything on fire.
Yeah, bomb gonna set everything on fire. Ooh. I hope y'all thinking about that. I hope they got that in your head. I just be like, man, I don't even know how it's gonna be, boy. If I'm still here, you just gotta pray, just hoping that it blew by. I All that fire. Yeah, burn them at 1,000 degrees, boy.
Psalm
God,
91, that's shit. Well, in the secret place of the Lord.
Mhm. That's the only way. That's the only way. Let's go ahead. Keep going.
A fire not blowing shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his
And
tabernacle.
it's what?
In his tabernacle.
Go ahead.
The heaven shall reveal his iniquity,
Don't be left in this tabernacle now. Go ahead.
and the earth shall rise up against him.
The earth gonna rise up against him. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity. Most High gonna show him everything y'all did wrong. And he said, read that again.
The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him.
The earth shall what?
Shall rise up against him.
Remember, the earth got a problem with him too.
Because the earth calling for what? Earth want that damn truth too.
Mm-hmm. That's what he said, man. We read that the other day. Ask the earth. It'll tell you.
That's right.
Right? Why? Because blood cried from the ground.
Exactly.
Right? Ask the earth. The earth gonna tell them that. Guess what? Like I said, come from heaven. The Most High God say, "Hey, I'm literally telling y'all what's gonna happen."
Exactly.
Right?
All praise. Let's go back. That's what I said. It's hard to stop. It was hard to stop here, y'all. That's why I'm kind of. I just, yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's good.
Yeah.
Verse 28. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath.
Read that again.
The increase of his house shall depart.
He ain't finna be that rich man no more. He ain't gonna be eating deliciously no more. Go ahead.
And his goods shall flow away in the day of his
They're
wrath.
gonna be gone. Go ahead.
This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God.
Now he gave you a heritage, but you want to go join and act like his heritage.
That's right. All right.
Well, be my guest. Unless you want to accept everything that's gonna happen to him, y'all gotta quit thinking like this goddamn world. This how I'm gonna do it. I gotta make this money. I gotta get that bag. I gotta chase that bag. And that's what our people do, boy. We got girls now. Oh, I make my own money. You doing OnlyFans. I'm a business owner. I'm a CEO. I'm a boss.
You a hoe.
That's what you are.
You a hoe. And you just an internet hoe.
Exactly.
And the thing is, they think just because it's technological that it's doing something big from the old-fashioned prostitution. No, it's the same thing.
And I
You're a
just
technological hoe.
yeah.
Digital home.
That's what it is. Computer love.
Computer love.
But like I had watched that. I've been watching them old Bad Girls Club things, and I noticed the latest one. That girl said, "But my photos are the top of the." I was like, she dead serious. You couldn't tell her nothing to her. She was the top of the line, and I was going, how did it come to this? Right. You thinking because you showing off your booty cheeks, you the same as the Queen of England, even though she's dirty. I don't even want to say it, but that's the same class they putting themselves in. But let's go to Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Told y'all this is gonna be love of money. Y'all thought we was just gonna say for the love of money is the root Oliver. Shalom. We gonna break this love of money down. Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. You wanna hear something else? Go ahead.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Listen, let's read that again.
Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Injuries and riches got by deceit. Go ahead.
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Is what?
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
See, that's the thing about that is, how do you think we lost the kingdom? So what makes you think we're going to gain it back doing the thing that we was doing the first time? learning from all them other nations, going by how they doing, and then the kingdom was transferred out our hands into our enemies' hands. So here we are in our enemies' hands and think that we're going to get the kingdom back by doing what the thing that lost the kingdom in the first place. Make it make sense.
Thinking we can go up on the day law and then well, we just need to fight for our rights and this and that.
Y'all that vote.
No.
We need to vote.
It's not gonna happen that way. Just think about it. This is how easy for them to take out. This is how easy for them to take our stuff. Say for instance, Maccabees, like he got his house. He leave his house to the children. Say for instance, he leave his house to the children. Somebody, say for instance, Esau come take his house. His children, say for instance, they don't fight back. This next generation don't fight back to get his house. Even though it's all paid for it and everything. Say for instance, this generation don't fight to get his house back. Guess what? The next generation, now, the next generation after that, guess what's going to happen? They not going to fight. They not going to fight until what happened, they done took it. Everything that he done worked hard for, now it's took.
It's gone. It's gone. I done seen it happen all in the neighborhood.
Over and over again.
Black neighborhood, boy, we be losing houses by the regular, boy.
And guess what? It be $500 taxes the only thing they got to pay to get it. But we refuse to do it because guess what? Esau got us so wrapped up thinking it's going to be all this paperwork and all this right here. That's how they beat us. That's why we got to stop letting them think, stop thinking like when we go take a test. Man, they make us think that this test going to be so hard, man. Then you take the test, you be like, shit, I don't really want that hard. You take your psychological self out the way and you start studying, you got it. That's how easy that thing be. Because the control of person, it ain't by the body, it's by the mind. Right? Go ahead,
All praise. Go ahead. Where we finish at? Where we at? Yeah, I want 9.
Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud?
What?
Why is earth and ashes proud?
Go ahead.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Then a what?
Than a covetous man.
Then a what?
Than a covetous man.
Why y'all proud? He wicked. He said you wicked. Ain't that? Not only that, there ain't nothing more wicked than a covetous man. One thing about a man who covetous and wants everything and wants something, they'll do anything. They'll do anything. I don't care who your family, how much y'all think they are. Believe me, if these people are not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, that means they following somebody's commandment. They would do anything. Y'all be saying, oh no, that's my cousin. I know he won't do that. Nigga, you crazy.
You do it. You would do it.
They would do anything. So just because it's your people and you hear bad news on them, I didn't think they. Why didn't you? Well, I'm telling you now, don't be surprised no more. Don't be surprised no more. Man, I need to get some context or something. But let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10.
Finish that.
Yeah, finish that out. I'm sorry. I thought we finished. Go ahead. Oh yeah, I didn't even get my part. You're right. Go ahead.
Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such as one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he cast away his vows.
Read that. I started from the beginning. I want y'all to listen. This is what our people do. Y'all ain't get that.
Okay.
This is what our people do. Read that again.
Why is earth and ashes proud?
Why we proud? Why? Go ahead.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
That's how covetous he is. Go ahead.
For such a one setteth his own soul to sale.
He set his own soul up for sale. I gotta be a rapper. I want to get into movies. I just want to be famous. He set his own soul up for sale. I'm for sale. Whatever, man, there's people killing people before they get in the rap game. I go kill my cousin just so they got the Illuminati be like, man, I don't even want you. You didn't wait for me to ask you to do that.
Now kill your mom.
Yeah, they doing it before it now. Like it's like they just literally selling they sell. Go ahead.
Because while he liveth, he casteth away his vows.
He what?
He casteth away his bowels.
He be bending over, let all the most stinking white man dig in him.
That's right.
I know that sounded very nasty, but it is nasty.
It literally just said.
I mean, all up there, man, rankles, wheelchair, just sit on.
Rankles and sprinkles.
Trying to tell y'all, man, that's what they give up for this. But the Most High is not playing. He don't. I know it all. We don't even listen. They're telling you that. Y'all done heard about it. Don't act like I'm the first one that told you this. Y'all done heard about it, all of them. And I'll get the name of them all because I don't care. All of them that's at ESPN.
Yep, you beat up the bag.
All them big old Negroes.
Yeah.
That's why you got and Snoop Dogg. That's why he on every commercial. That old 7-foot Negro, they love him, 7'4". Big Shaq, he on every commercial.
Sweetest thing they know.
Yeah, boy, that means he been bending over for the last 7 years. Boy, they just tearing him up.
Because guess what? In their mind, it be so much. They be like, well, it just my bowels. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
Like Tupac was talking about Dr. Dre, and yes, I'm gonna say it. Even though I love the crap out of Tupac, Tupac too. I done seen a couple of his little interviews. He looked a little feminist sometimes.
Guess what? And they had because that's what they claimed that the beef came from. They were saying that Snoop Dogg was not Snoop Dogg, Tupac would get beat up the back in prison. Go back and look at the interviews. I just watched that mug this morning.
And the thing about it, even when he said that about Dr. Dre, it ain't the fact he was mad at Dr. Dre was getting done like when he was trying to make the music. He was like what he was telling you. He just keep doing it while I'm trying to make music. That's normal to us. We know this. Ain't nowhere in the world, but that's what they doing. I didn't say it. The Bible just told y'all.
All right, let's get a little more, man. Let's go to
You want
2
some
Maccabees chapter 9. and verse 1.
I don't even know if I want some more.
Pause, right, pause.
Start at verse 1 right quick. Get the context.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 9, verse 1. About that time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia.
So it's talking about Antiochus. Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. But the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague. For as soon as he spoke in these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torment of the inner part.
Let's see why. Read on.
And that most justly,
And most justly, read on.
for he had tormented other men's bowels
Oh, man.
with many and strange torments.
So we literally reading about that. That's
You gonna catch it how you
what
got
he
it.
saw.
Man, that's what I said. I told you I didn't want no more.
Nah, that's
Give
real.
it to me now,
But this is
man.
all the scriptures saying the same
Man,
way.
that's
You
what
gonna
they
do it the
doing,
same way
y'all.
they done it,
Yeah.
man.
They ain't no secret society in America if you're keeping up with what's going on in this Bible.
Out on the Front Street Society.
There ain't none of that. It tells me everything they got going on. They calling it a conspiracy theory. No, it's the biblical truth.
Man, say that's cold, man. Justly. Right. He got it because of what he got. Come on, man.
Man, it's the Bible.
That's just like that boy. What's his name that did the Ride My Horse? What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Man, he had tried to all day coming outside. Man, that nigga ain't gay, man. Right. This dude ain't, but you know he sold it. What he did.
He did it. He did it. He did it. Like even that story with the little group, not the juveniles, the other one, immature.
Oh,
Yeah, B2K. There it is. Them cat. And I would listen to that interview, and that dude was saying that. He was like, and the dude doesn't. I was like, man.
Raspy.
Yeah, man. I'm like, oh, god dang. And he just sitting up there, and he can't do nothing. Well, he can, because the nigga out of elbow the crap out. This nigga would have been getting nothing but elbows, man. Get off of me. But, man, I'm just letting y'all know, this is what's going on. They selling their souls to get this money in America. They would do anything here. Our people.
You should have had that clip. What was the when Michael Jackson was sitting up there. And
Oh man.
Oh, yeah,
With
yeah.
the-
I'm talking about he was all over him, man.
That
I'm
was
talking about
so
all
inappropriate.
over Michael Jackson, man. Like
That
he
was
was
so
sexually assaulting him on camera.
And that's what they said. They said that he was doing that all the time. They swear they said Michael Jackson come out zoned out because of what that man was doing to them people. Boy.
Yeah, you don't remember that thing?
I remember. I don't even want to remember no more. You got me started. I'm ready to shut the class down and go whoop somebody, man.
Remorseless or incurable. Boy, that probably was the first AIDS.
Man, I don't tell him, man.
The first string of it.
And then tormented with much instruments. He had, oh, golly.
He saw hell, boy.
You be like, man, what you doing with that chainsaw?
Real, man.
God. Let's go, man. Let me get on, man. God dang it, boy. I didn't think we were going to go that far. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. Got me hurting.
The book of 1 Timothy,
Go ahead.
chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Is what?
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Now, money is not the root of all evil. For the love of money, because loving of the money make you bring in the covetousness. So don't get it twisted. Ain't nobody saying you can't have no money. Ain't nobody telling you to go work hard to get the labor of your hands, get some money. Nobody's saying that. Because some of you Negroes, that's some of you men, be like, I just don't work that hard because I ain't supposed to be rich. I'm trying to get to the kingdom. No. Yeah, I know our people, boy, we'll use it as a lazy excuse.
Simple. You're talking about simple, man.
Why aren't you going, I only work 3 days a week because, I don't really want to get rich. No, you can work a week, nigga, or you only get paying $10 an hour. You're not going to get rich. But that's what's wrong with our people. Boy, we'll look for an excuse not to make money, and we'll look for an excuse to make money. That's crazy, boy. Go ahead. Read that again.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith.
They what?
They have erred from the faith.
Because they cover that money, and all of a sudden now you don't care about the Most High no more. And there's people in this truth that do that. Jay the producer. I said it.
Yeah. Jay the producer, I said it too.
Because what he do? He wasn't making that money. See, he thought he'd go back on that worldly circuit. What's the other name? Him and what's his name? Dancing all the time. Puff Daddy.
Take that.
Mace. There you go. There you go. Mace. I got to get back in this money. I wasn't making that money when I went over there. Now, I got to hold on. That ain't enough. Let me go back over here to this world. Even though he didn't leave out the world anyway. He just went in the Christian church. But at the same time, that's what oh boy. They can't make that money. Jay the producer. I'm over here with Israelites. They didn't buy his music. Let me go back to this church. That's because Israelites, we don't look at you as a star. We just look at you as a person that see in the world gonna pat him on the back. Oh, you can sing, boy. No, we just need you to make a tape so we can do our feast days on. We don't need to be rolling down and watching you on TV red carpet. That's all we need. We ain't trying to be famous for this type stuff. That's what he wanted. So what he do? Walk back out of the truth to get blessed by the world. And we already seen some of these consequences that's gonna happen. Let's go to you finished? Go ahead.
They have erred from the faith.
They what?
They have erred from the faith.
Go ahead.
And pierced themselves.
They what?
And pierced themselves.
They ain't doing no more cutting themselves. They ain't doing no more stabbing themselves. What was that movie I seen? What that dude just said? That was God dang it, Samuel Jackson movie.
What the Puerto Rican dude walking?
Yeah.
Sticking himself with the ice pick.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That is. That's what he was doing right there. Read that.
And pierced themselves.
And that's all he. That's what he did. When y'all going back, when they going back there, that's all you're doing is cutting yourself. You cut yourself. Go ahead.
Cutting themselves through with many sorrows.
With what?
With many sorrows.
With many sorrow. Because that's all that money going. If you loving money, it's going to be what they say. Biggie wrote a song about it. More money, more problem. Because when you got all that money, you got to protect that money now. You can't just walk down the street no more. You might only have but $2 in your pocket. But now everybody think that you're a multi-millionaire. Guess what? You done campaign to be robbed.
Yep, because one thing about it, no matter how people thinking, when you start getting lots of sums of money, the rich can't live among the poor.
You gotta live a lifestyle.
You got to maintain your lifestyle in the rich neighborhood. Guess what? And guess what? With riches come fame. So no matter where you at, you gonna have this fame on you, and everybody you got the riches or not, they gonna really think you got it.
That's what Waka Flocka said. I don't start in the hood no more. I don't tell them people I got money. I'm not coming through the hood without that nigga taking all that stuff out. What is that?
Man, well,
rappers getting locked up and rappers dying on two of the biggest money makers for labels. Now, I've spoken to a lot of independent artists. Shout out to Source Walker. One of the things that he told me when I said, Jay been trying to sign me. I'm like, yo, why wouldn't you sign? He said, because I don't want a label playing with my life. Facts. That's bad. That means playing with, okay.
Tell them what it means.
That means playing with your butt.
That's right.
I'll be honest, because I've been doing this. No, because I feel like we gotta put it out there. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of
they like, damn, he told the truth.
No, listen, because I feel like
That's not what he meant, by the way.
That's what he meant.
I'm not saying what he meant. I'm just saying in general because I feel like a lot of people, like, I had like 2 record deals, right? And
They wanted your butt?
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Look, the other ones know, but they don't want to say it because
That's what he
they.
said.
Dang.
My man. He ain't smoke nothing, bro.
Look,
Hold on. You ain't blink. Jesus, okay. You sit back.
Like,
Who would you and wanted your butt, bro?
Hold on.
What's his name? What's his
Still
name?
ain't
So look, let me be clear, right? Now, because it's not even funny. I'm keeping it real, right? It's not even funny. Now, I'm not a homosexual. I never did no homosexual shit. Nobody never played with my butt. But what happens is
You see no butt after that last point. You period that, and then you move on to the next sentence.
ever did yet.
That's it.
Nah, I mean, but listen, what I'm saying is, they proposition you. They do things indirectly. Like, they might send a stylist at you. Right? Listen, they might send a stylist at you. And the stylist is being on extra touch. Listen, homie, we ain't doing that. Or they might invite you to a party and there's no bitches there. It's a sausage party. Wait, hold on, I'm not saying. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys, artists that get into this game, they want to get deals. They get in, they got talent, they got good intentions, and then.
Have you been to these parties personally? Have you seen them?
You can't get.
That's a Doggy Diamonds question. Shout out Doggy Diamonds. Shout out
You can't make it to the real party because somewhere, if you're not a homosexual, they got a filtering out process.
Yeah.
So they'll send a stylist. They'll have you out and about because they're trying to drug you. So you be in a studio session late at night, and they'll see if you a meatball. Yo, bro, here, hit this blunt. You ain't see the blunt get rolled.
Yeah,
yo, bro, take this drink right here. And you like, hold on, bro. Listen, homie, I ain't with that. And some dudes will get drunk. Like, I've been in studios with artists, famous artists, and I seen niggas take a bottle that wasn't theirs, and they in the studio all bluesy. I mean, I'm out. I don't know what happened to that person after what that shit.
it goes down. They ain't playing, man. It's no joke, man. Look, man, ain't none of this stuff a game, man. I know we look at it because sometimes we're not in it, but it's no game. This stuff is going on, man. This stuff going on. So, like I said, man, you didn't make it to the NBA. See, you know why I'm glad I didn't? I'd have been like, boy, Maccabee, y'all don't know me now. I've been 6'10". If they stuck something in me, I'm going to straight up.
So he's standing bold. No, he ain't. You got something stuck up in him.
Let's go, man. I have it too. First Peter chapter 5, verse 2. Come on with it.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 2. Feed the flock of God, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly.
By what?
Not by constraint, but willingly.
That's what we do this. We come to teach y'all willingly. We ain't finna force you to get this truth. We ain't finna force you to do nothing. If you want to do the things of the Most High, it's on you. Because I know how black people are. They'll use that excuse to God. Well, I was going to do it, but they didn't say nothing to me when I didn't do this. No, it's on you. We just going to feed you. That's all we're going to do is give you food. If you don't want to chew, you don't want to eat, don't eat. Go ahead.
Not by constraint, but willingly.
Willingly is how we do this,
Not for filthy lucre.
Not from what?
Not from filthy lucre.
And as bad as I'm broke as I am, I do not want your money. I do not want it. If I ain't did something to make myself get the money that I need, nigga, I don't want your money.
Because the thing is, you do what? The scriptures are far learning. We seen what happened to their brother and that sister in the book of Acts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They basically took the money and stole the Lord's money. The alms that's for the people and for the church, and they stole them. Most High God did what to them? He killed both of them, man.
Go ahead.
But of a ready mind.
But of a what?
But of a ready mind.
Of a ready mind. We don't do this for the money. We do this to get your mind right. We didn't do this. Ain't nobody somebody put a gun in your head and told you had to come do this. What about you? What about you? No. We don't have to do this for you. We don't have to bring this out. We don't have to start breaking these scriptures down. We could have just said, hey, y'all go learn. Look at some videos or something. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Neither as being lords over God's heritage.
Over what?
Over God's heritage. But being examples to the flock.
Being what?
But being examples to the flock.
And that's the same thing we got to be doing. We got to be examples to show y'all this. We don't do that.
To being examples to the flock. Because guess what? We're going to have to be examples. Guess what? And a lot of people have to start being examples at home, too.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times, guess what, man? Why you think guess what, even just like us, that's why you think we be on the children butt so much in here, man. The examples of home have to be set at home. Guess what, man? You children going to have to start getting y'all little butts in order, too, man. Just like the grown folks, man. Because can't nobody be playing these games, man. One thing about it, being an example, guess what? We got to show ourselves, guess what? Godly men and godly women.
Right.
Because if we can't do this right now, when we make it to the wilderness, guess what? It's no more practice time, man. Our practice is right here, man. Guess what? And every sister in here should be an example to another sister on how she's supposed to be. To her husband, to her household, she's supposed to be the example. Every man's supposed to be an example on how Christ was to the church. Right? Not ruling like a lion, not monitoring every single detail, but guess what? Being loved to the church and ready to die for the church. Right? We're supposed to be building, man. Right? Even if you tear it down, guess what? If your house shot said, I tore it down, but what he did in 3 days, he built it back up. Right? It ain't just for to tear somebody down, it's for to build people up for the next level, man. This is just one stage of this thing, though, right?
And we might be the heads of this school, but I'm not the head of your house. You are the head. So when we're looking at authority, you in authority. You still that bishop. You still that deacon. You still that priest of your house. So this talking about y'all too, you men. Don't be like, oh, don't put that off thinking, oh, that's for them. No. If you got wife and family, you get the same. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. Because when we go look at the order, it don't say the captains and what's the name, and then Yahushua, then break it on down to the man and then the woman and to the no, It go the Most High, Yahushua. Then who?
The man.
You over something. So that's talking about you. Don't be trying to put that off on the captain. That's for the captain. For you.
Keep reading up.
Verse 4. And when the chief shepherd shall appear.
And that's what we all doing, is like I said. When the chief shepherd shall appear. Who's the chief shepherd, brother? Read on up.
Ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away.
Because the thing is, we have to be getting these things in order right now. Like we said, before Christ comes. Even like I said, hey, this is rehearsal right now. Read on up.
Verse 5. Likewise, ye younger.
Even how he's going into the church and the younger. People that's new in the truth as well. Read on.
Submit yourselves unto the elders.
Read on, because it's ordered. Most High God is setting up congregations just like he had with Paul and Peter, setting up congregations and churches throughout Asia Minor. He had bishops, captains, officers. Guess what? We're following that same protocol. Like we say, brothers got to be in order, sisters got to be in order, man. If you don't understand these things, I suggest that you read more and more about the Acts of the Apostles. Go and read Paul's epistles. Read on.
Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility.
With what?
With humility.
Meaning what? Being humble. Read on up.
For God resisteth the proud.
Most like God don't like a proud spirit, man. Thinking you Mr. Know-it-all, Sister Know-it-all, brothers and sisters can't tell me nothing, don't want to help out with the congregation, don't want to be told a damn thing. Most like God is not dealing with spirits like that, man. Read on.
For God resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble.
And no, all of us need some grace up in here, man. But most like God is saying, to get that, we got to keep that humble and meek spirit, man. Even doing the work, even knowing that it's a hierarchy, even amongst congregations. Go ahead,
And that's one thing I did notice. Like, we have newcomers that come in here, and then when they got a million questions behind it at the end of the day, well, this and that, like the one dude that came in here, and we broke down and brought all those scriptures out. And he conceded, at least he said he did. But then he gone. I ain't gonna learn them. So sometimes they come and just wanna, I'm gonna go tell them, no. You humble yourself down and be taught. Now, if you got a question about what we teaching, we can talk about that later. But let's go.
You got to, I just want to bring this point out, like I was going to, just like we got to see where our heart is at, right? Because a lot of time people don't. Just all of these things is getting in focus and thinking where your mindset is at. Because if your mindset is focused on making money or doing the things of this world and not really focused on the things that the Lord say to tell you to have you to do, guess what, man? That's how you get lost. Everybody get lost the same, man. Guess what? The same way. Take out what the same thing even with Peter. When he asked Christ to come out the boat, what did he say? Christ said, "Come on." But when he took his eyes off of Christ, what happened? He started to drown. When you take your eyes off of what God tells you to do, you will fail, man. Right? You gonna sink, man. Go ahead.
Because a lot of people looking for accolades that's not the end game result that we need. People looking for gain right now, benefits right now, but what's the most beneficial to us? Make it to the kingdom. That's why the Bible said when the chief shepherd comes, that's when you get your crown of glory. We're not out here doing things that'll benefit us right now in this captivity. I mean, the law will benefit us by keeping the law. But we're not looking for accolades right now in the truth. We're not. We're looking for that end game. That's why the Bible tells us enduring to the end. That's going to be your best bet. That's going to be the most influential thing that you can do is endure to the end to get that crown of life from the king, from the chief shepherd.
And they get us every time, boy. They get us with all the get-rich-quick schemes, boy. We be like, oh, I can just do this. I know we done never even think that too. If you could do this, do that. Everybody be doing that already. And we'll fall for that one and then go to the next one and go to the next one and go to the next one. Instead of sitting down and praying and fasting and ask the Most High to give you something, you can start your own business and make all the money you want. Let's go to Tobit chapter 4 and verse 7. I'm going to get in some of this too. I didn't think I was going to have to, but I do. We need it. Go ahead.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 7. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious.
He said, give alms of your substance. So that means take some of your substance that you go out and work hard for. You know what's funny about that? When the Most High, when the government tell you to do it, you don't got no problem. You don't even go more. You won't even go say nothing to the government. And he wants some of your substance. Every time. Better yet, he wants so much so bad, he just gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. But you don't say nothing. But then when the Most High say you put some on, boy, our people, boy, so, I mean, we hesitate. Then we be saying, I'm getting I need to go ahead and just get him dip right there. I'm going to play pool today and we're going to have some drinks and stuff. So I'm just going to give you this. I'm going to tell you a story about what I did. Go ahead.
Let not thine eye be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor. And the face of God shall not be turned away from thee.
Read.
If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly.
If you got a lot of money, you need to give alms accordingly. See, the thing about it, it's not for us. See, if we did this at all times, as soon as somebody in here have a problem, we ain't got no problem. We ain't got to have no yard sale. We just go right out there, pay this off, that help them out, get them back on their feet, and we on to the next one. This is how it's supposed to be done at all times. Somebody's struggling, oh well, we can take care of it. But it don't work if we all don't participate. It don't work. We can't be no every now and then doing it and thinking, hey, because sooner or later you cannot say that you might not need it either.
See, because a lot of times when we get money, say for instance somebody get, let's say for instance you get 5,000. Man, I'm just giving a, most people ain't gonna make it like this. But say you get $5,000 a week, right? Oh man, I don't want to give. That's just too much. I want to see what everybody else gonna give. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got nothing to do with you.
That's why I said don't be envious either.
That's why I said for if thou, what you say, if thou have abundance, give according to what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, where the Lord said, where your heart be, where your treasure be. Where your treasure be, where your heart be. Right, Matthew chapter 6. Right? What I give ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Well, I'm gonna tell Maccabees how much alms I give. No, that ain't got nothing. That ain't got nothing to do with him.
Nothing.
What you give to the Most High, guess what? We got to stop looking at us for the money we get. Guess what? I really can't give it that week, man. I just can't give it that. No. But then now when you asking the Lord for something, the Lord gonna be looking at. I can't give it that week.
Because we don't want to.
I can't give it that week.
I'm glad you said that because that's what I told you. I'm gonna tell you this little story. I told you about, man, look, when I was making on my check, getting named in $4,000, sometimes almost $5,000 per paycheck, but I thought I was doing something because I take out of that, I automatically give them $300. Bam, 250, 300. I'm talking sometimes out of each check. Then thinking I'm doing something, you think about it. You got a $4,000 check, that 300 ain't really nothing. I could have put about 4,000.
Cause you gonna waste over 300.
Cause I didn't have more than no bills. I was living in that little apartment by myself with nothing. You remember that? Yeah, I mean, see, believe me, I could spend some money. At the time, I could blow some money. I was telling you. But at the same time, so I'm thinking I was doing something. Then all hell broke loose. Wasn't making that kind of money no more. I was just shut down. just shut down. I'm getting raises, but I ain't getting no hours. I mean, less hours. So raise don't mean nothing. Then, now that I ain't got much money, I'm barely making it paying these bills, right? So then I don't put nothing in there. Then I'll be like, damn, why am I struggling all the goddamn time? Because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing in the first time. And the Most High be like, well, shoot, Negro, when you had the little money out there, you didn't take care of that. So why would I even give you any big time money? And then I looked at some, because I actually didn't care. I mean, I can get $1,000 and still give him $300. And boy, I promise you, that little $700 left lasts longer than the $5,000 that I got.
Yeah,
Think I'm bull crapping? I'm telling y'all the truth, man. And I'm not gonna pass the tray around after I tell you this. I'm just telling you that it is what it is, man.
Because and guess what? Everything. If everybody, you've been in the truth long enough, you done experienced it. If you done been in the truth long enough, everybody done experienced it, man. Just like I say, I mean, driving truck, you make some pretty decent money. I'm telling you, me and I could work the security. What I'm talking about? Go to the store, buy anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, look, I'll tell you, anything. I'm talking about anything. Guess what? Put $300-400 here, $300-400 there. Guess what, man? When I look at, I still ain't made money like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Guess what, man? Well, I had the opportunity. Like you said, the Lord give us opportunity. Like, here you go, you want a lot? I give you a lot. I'm see how much you gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
My bills ain't nothing like, my bills back then wasn't nothing like it is now. But guess what, man? Gotta work twice as hard now just to even get half of some of the stuff that I need. Right? Hell, I'm tired right now.
Man, twice as hard.
But guess what, though? The work in this truth, guess what? Brothers' work should be being unmatched. Right? Brothers' alms in this truth should be unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we're supposed to be thinking, man. If you thinking it's a carnal thing, if you get the carnal out the way and go spiritual, guess what, man? Alms mean a lot. I'm talking about as far as just what you give and the work. The work means so much more than what people. You know you can make it. Well, I don't know if I could just make it. You know you can.
You know what I think here about?
Right?
When he tell them to do this arms in secret, they figure, I'm doing this in secret, so nobody know I ain't putting nothing in. Nobody know I only put $2-3 in there. It's because it's secret. But that's not what he means. He just said when you do it, don't go bragging about stuff. Don't just because some of Negroes get cocky too.
Yeah, because guess what? He might can afford to give $200-300. I might can't afford to give him much. So I be looking at him like, damn man, he giving way more than I can. No, I gotta give according to what I can give.
Exactly.
Right?
Because like that lady had the 2 pennies, they were more than what the
That's right.
Pharisees. I was doing that. I'm putting that 300 thinking I'm doing good. And like, no, you doing better because you put $5, but all you had was 10. Let's go back.
Verse 8. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly.
Give it what?
Give alms accordingly. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little.
Don't be worried about it because it's all you got. If that's all you got, that's all you got. We not past the pork chop. We not finna be there. You need to put 10% in there. Hey, when did you become the government? God dang. It's automatic take. Man, they got pastors suing people. Don't win the lottery in the church. Man, if you win the church, you win in the lottery. It's a lady in Fort Worth won the lottery. Goddamn pastor taking to court right now. Trying to sue her for the tithe. Then he done double it up now. He want tithe and 10% and an offering. He want the same amount the government want.
And the building fund.
All that. He done put on every guy doing in everything. I thought you was in the building fund. I thought you was in the bathroom fund. He put on everything. I want everything. But that's what they doing now. Go ahead.
For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity.
That's what you do. You lay that treasure up for the day of necessity. Because what? That now, it ain't always in your hand now. Because when you doing it and we helping everybody out, so now when you fall on hard time, the help is there for you. You done laid up the treasure. I ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got to ask. We just, hey, what's name? What? We just go to that here. Let's take care of it. Don't get the schemers now. We found out.
Because guess what? And the Lord, and this is why I love how the Most High think. Because brothers can't think they sitting up there scheming and plotting on some brothers. Well, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna try to scheme and plot on. Guess what? The Lord got street niggas in it. We were street niggas. We can peep game. You know what I'm saying? We can peep game when somebody try to scheme and plot on somebody. That's why he got it like that. We want to make sure now. I don't want to get some green Negroes. I want some people that understand something. Right?
And like you say, we can't see it the most like that. God damn sure can see it. Like we say, Ananias and Sapphira, hey, y'all better take heed to that thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. Because that alms doeth deliver from death.
Because the arms will help you out. It'll deliver you from death, bro. That's what they used to be talking. Oh, that ain't canon, for real. But don't love do the same thing these arms do in the New Testament?
That's what it's showing. It's showing love.
That's exactly what it's
showing.
showing.
If you have enough in your heart to give for the nation, then you damn right that's what deliver you from it. Because now you're in the love with the Father. You're caring about the nation more than you're caring about yourself now. And you don't think the Father will repay you for that? That's just great, man.
And if these arms will help somebody get off the street, ain't they delivered from death? If these arms help put food on somebody's table, ain't they delivered from death?
Stop being simple.
Yeah, they simple as minded, man. They try to just use that against because they know it exposes them.
Right. It ain't saying you buy your way into the kingdom.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what that scripture is saying.
Go ahead. Let's go and get the last.
Because that alms doeth deliver from death, and suffer not to come into darkness.
And stop you from coming into darkness. See, a lot of times when you're good at helping people, see, that put a different spirit in you. It's a spirit in you when you're helping people. When you stingy and snotty, I ain't even getting at me. That put a spirit on you.
And that's a learned behavior. You have to learn that.
Exactly.
We wasn't taught to do that. We wasn't taught that. We were taught to what? Get it for yourself, nigga. Nigga, you get it, I'm going to get it. Then go get your own bag. Right.
Well, we only kind of think of it in monetary, like it's the things that you do always. I know that's something I always say. They say, alms, the things that you do, not just the money that you give. You know, brothers and sisters, hey, you have to keep that in mind, man. Helping brothers and sisters out, like on moves, whenever they need brothers to come through, like I said, it's not always just about the money that you can give.
Go ahead, just being able to talk to a brother and sister.
That's right.
Man. You don't know what that'll do for
you. Exactly, man. You didn't learn.
You don't know if talks we done have brothers and sisters save them from killing them or whatever the case may be. You just don't know, man. These are all part of homes, man. Caring for the nation in many different ways. Like I said, not just monetary.
Because these things go into the same thing that Sirach chapter 30 and verse, Sirach chapter 3 and verse 30 goes into. It don't just deliver, it makes an atonement for it.
Yeah.
Right? This is what the arms do. It makes an atonement for the thing. Guess what? The Lord, when you in the midst of something, guess what the Lord said, you know what? I remember you did this. I'm going to give you favor on it. This is right here, this is what basically giving grace. Right?
Right.
It goes into grace, man.
Go ahead and finish that up.
Verse 11. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it, in the sight of the Most High.
He said it's a good gift for all that give it in the sight of the Most High. You're not doing nothing bad, believe me. And check us if you think we was, man. Check us too. If I show out that mud with a Benz, you need to be like, hey, hold on. And we lost the building and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Check me. Y'all need to be, hey, wait a minute, hold on.
Just give a few more dollars, man. We still working on it.
You got us out here on the sidewalk with our chairs out here. We got to check us, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, hey, we don't be just abusing any of that anyway. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 17. Chapter 6, verse 17. 1 Timothy.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 17. Charge them that are rich in this world.
What?
Charge them that are rich in this world.
Yeah, so if I see an NWA player, he better not come through camp because, hey, we need something to, hey, you got the money and you got the resources to give it to us right now. The Bible said charge you. I'm not going to be ashamed. Oh, yeah, just let one of the Mavericks run through there. Hey, what's his name? The coach over there at the Mavericks? And he better not come through there. I just seen you sign. He just made $8 million contract.
Guess what?
We'll take 80,000 of that.
Guess what? And we know that what we know. Just like even Big Shaq said, what he say? He said, "Man, I can greet you. I can shalom you." Somebody been charging that brother, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Somebody done told him. Guess what, man? When we seen him, guess what we said? Hey, man, you a Hebrew Israelite, man. Hey, man, you God's chosen people. Yeah, he looked back. Yeah. We definitely said it to you, right? We got to charge these people, man. Where is it, man? Ain't gonna be afraid just because you got money and you be around. We're gonna tell you how it is, right?
And that's another thing. We know a lot of times they in that world. If they get out of line, what? They'll lose it all the next day anyway.
Wow.
Okay, that's cool. We know you gotta be set in place. But use your arm there. And the Bible says do what? Charge them. I ain't scared of it, man. Yeah. So if y'all meet them, yeah. Hey, we got an Israelite camp. But yeah, let me Google your pay. 7.2 million. 7,000 be fine, man. You can send it right over there. The Bible said charge them. I didn't say charge them. He said charge them. Go ahead. In this world.
Charge them that are rich in this world.
In this world. Go ahead.
That they be not high-minded.
That they what?
That they be not high-minded.
Uh-huh.
Nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God.
See, you charge them, and when they do those things, guess what? They don't get high-minded. And they know for sure it's a living the Most High God. They probably can't see it, but then what they doing is showing, I know y'all speaking the truth. Y'all speaking the truth.
That's right. And then guess what? I going back to security, like you say, all them NBA players come through there. What you think you was on? On them. Guess what? You know you're Israelite, right? Albert Kamara, all them, on them, letting them know. They gonna know, right? You ain't coming up here and you gonna know. Right here, you see these fringes right here. What's that, brother? Yeah.
I'm finna tell you, I sit down with y'all night. You ain't gonna enjoy the club this night. Well, you gonna enjoy these scriptures, but you ain't gonna enjoy these clubs. You ain't gonna want a woman out here when you finish with you. But go ahead. Where we all finish?
Okay. That they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches.
And trust in what?
In uncertain riches.
And so they won't be trusting uncertain riches. See, those things are uncertain. They contract they can have it today, and the mothers take their money tomorrow. Ask Kanye. That mother went have $1 billion. And overnight, you use $700 million. $700 million overnight. No, he had just made it over the $1 billion line in the morning. The next day, he was down to $400 million. He lost $700 million in overnight. So it's some uncertain riches. Uncertain riches. And I know a lot of NBA players. They got about just as much money as I got right now.
Let's give an example of that. Let's go to the book of John, chapter 19. With the rich being charged. John chapter 19 and verse 38. Or the rich being charged and doing great alms deeds.
The book of St. John, chapter 19, verse 38. And after this, Joseph of Arimathea, Arimathea, being a disciple of Yahushua,
read on.
but secretly, for the fear of the Jews.
But secretly, meaning what? He came to learn from Christ at night or in secret. Because of what? Probably a man of prestige, had money. He was what? Being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Read on.
Besought Pilate that he might take away the body of Yahushua.
So he besought Pilate that he might take away the body of Christ. Read on up.
And Pilate gave him leave. He came therefore and took the body of Yahushua.
To do what? To give Christ a proper burial according to our heritage. Read on.
And there came also Nicodemus.
Nicodemus came as well. Read on.
Which at the first came to Yahushua by night. And brought a mixture of myrrh and aloe.
Read on up.
About 100-pound weight.
Very expensive. So they spent money. Read on up.
Then took they the body of Yahushua. And wounded in linen.
Wound it
in linen clothes. With the spices, as the manner of the Jews is to bury.
Read on up.
Now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden.
In the garden and in the garden?
No, there was a garden. Yeah.
Read on.
There was a garden, and in the garden a new sepulchre.
Hey, what up?
A new sepulchre.
Read on up.
Wherein was never man yet laid.
So this is letting you know that these things were very expensive to get. Because in the ancient times, a lot of times you were stacked on top of your family members. This was a sepulchre that never man used, man. Meaning they spent money, they did it the proper way, gave Christ a proper burial. Literally took out the time and their own money to do these things.
And they came at night secretly. They were coming like, hey, and because you got to understand, Nicodemus was a what? Pharisee. If they would have saw him giving the money to help out Christ, you better get your, they'd keep, he'd have been $700 million short the next morning. You helping them? So
that's right. That's a good example of, like we say, charge them that are rich in the world. Like these brothers knew what they had to do, man. Like we say, you don't need brothers just ask you to step up to the plate when you already know what to do, man. A lot of times our people have to take that spiritual initiative, man.
Yeah. Let's go to Psalms. No, let's go. I want to go past that. Let's go to Sirach chapter 7, verse 12. No, my bad. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money.
For what?
For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
What?
That wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Go back up to 12. Let's start at the top.
For wisdom is a defense.
Wisdom is a defense. Knowing this Bible, these law, statutes, and commandments, that's the best defense you can have in this world. That is the best defense of anything that might come upon you in this world. But hold on, go ahead.
And money is a defense.
And money is a defense when you in this world. Money is a defense because money you got to do everything with money. I don't care who you are. You need some money. Like that dude told that boy on the drum line. Everybody needs some money.
That's true. Just like look, Kyrie, he don't know nothing about no money, but guess what? He got some clothes on.
Yep.
Right? Some money had to be spent on him to get it.
Yep.
Right?
Everybody needs some money. He said, but money is a defense. Because the money stopped the gas man from turning off your gas. The money stopped the goddamn electric man from turning off your electricity. The money stopped them from going throwing all your stuff out on the front curb.
The money keep a building. The money keep the lights on.
Exactly. Money need to create feast days and everything else. Go ahead.
Right.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
That what?
That wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
But the excellency of knowledge, to be excellent in this knowledge, wisdom is what is the best defense that you can have. Right? What is wisdom? Y'all treat me terrible in the mud. Y'all get in there. Y'all get him scriptures. Y'all didn't tell me stuff.
They show like
They tell me stuff, man. Y'all don't respect me, man. Golly, man. Nah, that's my fault. I had told y'all don't be acting quiet. I would just want to see if y'all doing. But let's go. Y'all get that though? Let's go now to Proverbs chapter 11, verse 28.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 28. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch.
As a what?
As a branch.
Remember, he was bragging about that when he brought that other precept out about falling. And now he's saying, hey, if you're going to trust in your riches, you're going to fall. It ain't saying you might. It's saying you going to fall. And he said what? Read that second part. But the righteous.
But the righteous shall flourish as a branch.
But the righteous, when you stand with these laws, statutes, and commandments, you going to flourish. You going to have the riches. Because you will inherit the kingdom. Man, thinking of being inherited and a joint heir to the son of the Most High God. You became the heir. Man, so ain't a rich daddy on the planet can give you what he finna give you. Boy, because ain't no daddy richer. Ain't none. Not one. Go ahead.
Verse 29. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind.
He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind.
Get put out.
Yep, go ahead.
And the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart.
And be servant to who?
To the wise of heart.
Yeah, if you're going to trouble your own house, man, and you're going to get, like he said, getting out there, you got to go be a servant. Meaning, hey, you're going to go do with them, now you're going to become a servant when it comes to your father and his inheritance.
That's tough too, man. That's a heavy
That
process,
is
man.
heavy.
He said, he that trouble his own house shall inherit the wind. Just like, guess what? As our people get put out of camps, as our people get put out of house, guess what? When you get put out of the house, guess what? You got the walls here to protect you. Now, got what you now you sitting outside in the wind, man. Nothing. You bear. Right? This scripture say what they say.
Right? And they say it correctly. Very good, very precise. Go ahead. 30.
Yeah. Verse 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that when it's sold is wise.
That's the best thing you can do. That's wise. That's the tree of life. Getting out here teaching this truth to other people. Bringing their souls out of that funky world, that darkness. Shed some light on somebody sometime. I can promise you, it feels great if you in the dark and somebody coming up with a flashlight. You would be very happy. That'll be the best thing that you can do for anybody in darkness. Is shed some light. Saving a soul out of darkness. Because I don't think nobody, if I had to tell you right now, I'll put you in a room and it ain't going to be dark for one night. One night, y'all will be up there, man. One person come in that mud with a telephone with that light on, boy. You don't even want to use a telephone. You just want, man, turn that light on. That's all you gonna want.
Cause you gonna want that, like the people be moving all around you. You like you say, it get dark or something. You get in a tornado or something. It get dark in the house. You be like, hey man, that you? Yeah, that's me. It be somebody else. And they keep you going out the door. You need that light.
You want that light, and that's what the Bible say, man. That's the best rich you can have. It's going and getting souls, man. Going and not just holding this stuff and being all to yourself all the goddamn time, thinking I got it, and then talk about the people that don't got it. Look at them. Then that's on you. Go teach them. Heck, you over there talking about it for when he gave you the knowledge to go teach, but you don't even go do that. Now you just like that Negro who hid his talent. Then wondering why you can't grow in the truth.
That's right, because the thing is, this goes into our understanding, man. Right? This is how when we get our wisdom, let me get a precept right here.
Go ahead.
Jump over to Proverbs 3 right quick. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 13. This goes into our wisdom, right? So when we receive wisdom, this is how the Lord said, this is how it does for the people.
All praise.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom,
Read.
and the man that getteth
The
understanding.
Lord said you're going to be happy when you find these things, man. Right? Because guess what? Will come with wisdom. Riches come with wisdom.
Yeah.
Right? Guess what? These are the things that the Most High God is trying to strengthen us for. Right? Jump down to verse 16.
Read verse 14 on that.
Read it up.
Verse 14.
I know. I already know. Trying to give back to some things you got to give.
No, knock yourselves out, man.
Man, read it.
For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold.
Man, scriptures say what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because just no matter how you break it down, you get a whole bunch of money and you don't know what to do with it, you'll lose it.
That's right.
You got to have wisdom to keep it, man. You got to have a wisdom to obtain it. Guess what? You got to have wisdom. Guess what? To put it in different spaces to make it grow. Right? If you don't have understanding for none of that, guess what? You just getting it for naught. Right? You like a cloud without rain, man. Right? But read on.
She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her.
Nothing can be compared to wisdom, man. Right? Ain't no riches in the world that can be compared to wisdom, man. Why you think King Solomon himself asked for those things, man? Right? He ain't asked for nothing else but said, Lord, just give me wisdom. Don't give me too much of this, of riches, what? Because guess what? I won't need you.
See the thing about it.
He understood that.
See that's like you feed a man fish, he only what? He
Before for a day.
for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, what? You go on.
So
when you wise, you don't gotta worry about money. Why? Because when you're wise, you come up with a way to make money at all times. That's better than just giving you. If I just gave you the money, you go spend it because I just gave it to you. You don't even appreciate it. But when you got wisdom and you know how to do it, no matter what comes upon you, then guess what? You can do this over and over and over again because you got it here.
Right? Verse 16 now.
Verse 16, length of days is in her right hand.
So length of days, guess what? Wisdom even may help you with length of days. If you some damn fool, guess what? You know what? Fools die early.
Mm-hmm. You get longer life.
Right? Longer life, read.
And in her left hand, riches and honor.
So guess what? You got length of days, and then you got riches of honor. Right? You got riches and honor, right? While you living. But verse 17.
Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace.
Because wisdom said all her path is peace. Because guess what? Even when somebody come up against you, if you got wisdom enough to understand this brother's out the spirit, guess what? It won't move you. Right? That's why wisdom is the length of days, man. Give a sister out the spirit. It won't move you. Your wife out the spirit. It don't move you to do something because guess what? You got no wisdom. Oh, I see. That ain't her doing it. That's the spirit in her, man. That's Satan coming up in this mug, man. Guess what? Now, as a man being the head of the household, guess what we got to do? We got to go to the father. Like, hey, my wife out of line, man. Right? Because some men guess what we'll do? We'll go straight to them, out of order, and go argue them down to the ground. She ain't gonna say no more than what you gonna say. You ain't gonna say no more what she gonna say. Y'all gonna argue each other to the ground, but guess what? We got a solution. We gotta take the solution though, right? As men, right? Verse 18, we give it back.
Verse 18, she is a tree of life.
She is what?
She is a tree of life.
Man, if wisdom is a tree of life, man, Just think about this. Goes into the breakdown when they're talking about the tree in the midst of the garden, man. Wisdom is the tree of life, right? Read.
To them that lay hold upon her,
Uh-huh.
and happy is every one that retaineth.
And happy is everyone that retain it. This
Happy is
wisdom, man.
everyone.
Right? Go ahead.
Oh, praise. Let's go to Acts chapter 8 and verse 18.
Book of Acts, chapter 8, verse 18. And when Simon saw that through laying on the one of the apostles' hands, the Holy Ghost was given, he offered them money.
And then when he seen these people fall into the Spirit, giving them the Spirit, when he laid the man on them, he's like, man, hold on. I want that. Because they started speaking knowledge. Wisdom. They were speaking like, man, that man never heard nothing like that before. That's what wisdom sound like. See, wisdom in the world, boy, that's something they ain't never heard before. Why you think you on them corners? What's so bad about it? How many times y'all been out there and heard the same people get taught the same thing over and over and still? It's something new. That's what wisdom sounds like. It always sounds new. We look at the same scriptures every week. And they new every week. Go ahead.
Saying, give me also this power, that on whomsoever I lay hands, he may receive the Holy Ghost.
Go ahead. He said, and whosoever he gonna receive this wisdom. Go ahead. He said, give me also this power. Go ahead.
Verse 20. But Peter said unto him, thy money perish with thee, because thou hast thought that the gift of God may be purchased with money.
See, you ain't gonna get to the kingdom just because you get making all this money. You think that's gonna help you out? They help you out in this world. What did it say in 69 of no, what was that? Sirach 69. Esau at the beginning of this. Second end. Esau's at what? The end of this world. See, you trying to go and chase the bag right now. It might help you in this world, but it ain't gonna buy you the kingdom. Did we finish that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to 1 Samuel 8. Because what happened to us anyway? What happened to the split of the kingdom? What was that about? That's not what we're going to, but I just want to ask y'all, what was that about? Anybody remember the story?
Brother Glenn, what you got, man? Brother Judah King.
When the kingdom split, what was that about? Now, I need somebody to speak bold, like you know something.
When Jeroboam and Rehoboam was a split in between the kingdom, and God he split the kingdom because of King Solomon.
No, I'm saying I want what we're talking about today. What I'm talking about today, why was the kingdom split? We know God did it. Why? What happened?
Because
What did Jeroboam want from Rehoboam?
he wanted the Israelites to when he had told
One at a
them,
time. Go ahead, Al.
when he had
Get to the
told
point. Come on. Anybody else?
He wanted the preacher to stop before they do this.
No. What are we
Make it
talking
correlate
about?
with what we're talking about today. Remember, I'm gonna help you out, man. He told them that. Guess what? He went to the elders. Now, I don't say now. Well, when he went to the elders.
But nobody went. What happened when he went to the elder?
he didn't want to take the counsel of the older.
Okay, what were they talking about?
And he went to the young
What
men.
were they talking about?
About the yoke.
Yeah.
No, listen. Right, go back. Y'all need to God dang it, read that again next time when y'all get home. We don't worry about it right now. I'm gonna question y'all the whole test on it next week. God dang it.
No, I need to hear somebody
I
answer
just-
this.
Yeah, and I don't, and I can't understand why they don't.
Hold on.
What is the question? Because I don't understand.
Why was the reason? What happened? What was the reason that the northern kingdom and southern kingdom was split? What was the main cause? What was going on? What was the
Hold
purpose?
up. In context of
With
the
what
class.
we're doing today.
What you got, Ezra?
I know exactly what the scripture says.
Well, tell us.
It was basically because who Rehoboam, well, the children of Israel really came over to Rehoboam and said that his father had a heavy burden on them.
What was the heavy burden?
Taxes.
Taxes.
Golly.
I was not saying that good at all.
Yes, he did. Don't we say in
Context to the class
in the class.
today.
Talking about money.
Because of money.
Putting more
Money.
on them.
Money.
Man, we know
Money.
you know words real good, man. Context to the class
Golly. And that's
today.
exactly what it was. The taxes. That was money.
That's right.
It was split because of money.
Say it again.
I said it was the burden. They was constant over.
I wanted to hear what we
Over
talking
the who?
about.
Hold up.
It
Over
was
the
the
who?
labor they was going through. Well, y'all was going into the
Yeah, but that's why we said
The
in
burden.
context of the
Because
class.
why? Because what was the northern kingdom?
That was the
Northern
point.
kingdom was always rich anyway.
Yeah.
They already had the money. The northern kingdom was finna be like the Pharisees. We got all this money. Why you think Solomon still was giving? Solomon was the one who was giving them, hey, now that's taxes. Because y'all making all the money up there.
And they still northern tribes still
They
making all
was
the money.
Pharisees. They were trying to be Pharisees. Same thing, yeah. They was trying to be Pharisees. What it was. Boy, that's all I'm saying. If you really dig into it, those little things pop up in your mind. No matter what it was, it still was about money. No matter how you look at it. So when y'all go back and read that, then now you know it was about money. Those things when you read the Bible, keep in context, just keep it in your head. That is about money. Just make it simple. You don't got to go and repeat the whole chapter to say money. Because that's what it was about. Get it? Got it. Go ahead. 8, First Samuel 8:1.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 8, verse 1. And it came to pass when Samuel was old, that he made his sons judges over Israel.
Oh, did what? Go ahead. They was judges over Israel. Go ahead.
Now the name of the firstborn was Joel,
Uh-huh.
and the name of his second, Abiah.
Uh-huh.
They were judges in Beersheba,
Uh-huh.
and his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes, and perverted judgment.
And they did what?
And took bribes, and perverted judgment.
Where we see this today? Where we see this? Say it. Come on, somebody speak bold with me, man. Come on with it.
What's the question again?
Read verse 3. Then as he asked, just the question he asked.
And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes, and perverted judgment.
Took what?
Where we see this today?
What we see is
Israel. We don't walk and go.
You said politics, but and what else? Go ahead. The church. There you go. Speak bold. I heard you whisper. You just mumbled. I heard you though.
I'm gonna tell brothers, it's alright to be wrong, man.
Yes.
It's alright, man. That's what classes is for. Many times, shoot, brothers be wrong. I first came into truth. No, that's not right. Dang. Okay, well I get it the next time then.
I'm glad you said that, cause him, boy. Boy. I remember him.
You said what
You be giving me partial credit and I be right.
No, you don't.
I said half right because you didn't give Alright.
You be
You
an
didn't
eighth.
get-
You be an eighth, right?
Because you didn't give up the current, and even with that definition that Captain Yara read, like we said, we know it's separation, but you want to get home in that point with current events.
Yeah. And but I remember Jeroboam, boy, when he first got in this truth, boy. That's one thing he was seeking, boy. I knew he was like, he wanted to know precept. But he would pull precept that wasn't precept. And boy, he was like, does that go with it? And every time he would go, no. Then the next, he do that sometimes 2-3 times in class. Then we go back next week. Did that go with it? No. And he'll tell me on the way home, man, he just don't understand. That do go with this. Watch this. Then we'll read it and I'll be like, that don't go with that. But he was taking them losses to build himself up. But man, he was like, but you look, man, you wrong, you just wrong. Just go on and correct yourself and go on. Don't whisper nothing. If you think you know it, shout it out. If we just don't know you wrong, go to the next one. Quit mumbling, man. Y'all men. Trying to be standing up and speaking bold. Y'all act like y'all don't even read the Bible sometimes, which maybe you don't. But if you know, you know. If you don't know, you can still speak up and just go on. Now you're wrong. Next. Don't quit all that mumbling, man. I heard you say it. You said the right answer. That's why I said it to you.
Right.
Speak up. Shoot, God dang it. Go ahead.
You want folks?
He can read it.
No. Yeah. Shouldn't open his mouth, though. Let me go to Micah chapter 3 and verse 11. Yeah, he spoke, so God dang, I got to call on you too. And you, like he said, you ought to read them. You know how to speak loud. I'm not with the reading. Out loud.
Yeah, ask a question. Then he go low.
3 and 11. 3 and 11. Everybody should know this one.
The book of Micah, chapter 3, verse 11. The heads thereof, judge for reward.
They what?
The heads thereof, judge for reward.
Because what happened with these other ones right now? They was getting money and then judgment was wrong. Because what happens in our court system, like one of the brothers said, our court system, where they get taking bribes, these pastors, with long, boy, you go to TDJ church, you drop $20,000 in that plate, you sit up at the front if this your first day. I don't care if you've been in the church 40 years paying all time. Then Emmett Smith and Deion Sanders ain't been to church day one. Soon as they came in and paid their tithe, they didn't even just move. They just, somebody got a goddamn backhoe and went back and dug them people out of the seats. They make room for him. Yeah. He up there, look, he up in the pulpit. He got pulpit, he got Deacon Emmett Smith and
Get up.
and Elder Deion Sanders. He done moved everybody out. I mean, everybody out the way. And Pastor Michael Irvin.
Let me touch on something real quick. Finish that out?
Yeah, go
Let's
ahead.
go to 2 Chronicles right quick. 2 Chronicles chapter 20 and verse 34.
Did we finish 3 and
Yeah,
11?
that's what I'm trying to say.
No.
No, go ahead and just finish it out.
The heads thereof, judge for reward. And the priests thereof, teach for hire.
They teach for what?
Teach for hire.
They teach for what?
Teach for hire.
They teach for hire. Pastor gonna have, man, I done went to church on every night of the week, boy, and every night of the week they passed that play around. Like 3 people in the church. Y'all, what you passing play for? We paid yesterday.
And the day before.
So I gotta pay again today? I done been to church on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and every one of them days they asked for that plate to come around. And then ain't nothing going back into the community. Only thing the church is doing with that money is breaking down the black community. Because they building just keep getting bigger. Taking more land. Taking the old people land that they had. They can't wait till they die. They're going to have a funeral and get the land. Nothing but the money. But do our communities get better from these churches? They don't. At least I ain't seen anything. I ain't seen nothing the church done in our neighborhood. And I live in a Dalworth, and that little bitty neighborhood got over. We had, I'm telling you, we had, Monica, we had church on every other 2 or 3 on each block. In a little old bitty space.
My hood same way.
In those little bitty spaces. I mean, bloom, 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 bloom. And the neighborhood still broke.
And guess what? And if it ain't a church right there, guess it's a liquor store right there.
Yeah.
Right?
And the neighborhood still broke. They got that's how they got to change. That's how they do it now. You know, they got church, then a liquor store, and then a smoke shop.
Goddamn smoke shop, yeah. Church, liquor store, smoke shop, club.
And they do it just sometimes you start at the smoke shop, then go to the liquor store, then go to church. Then the next day you go to church, then you go back to the liquor store, then go to the smoke shop.
Then in the middle of the night, 7-Eleven.
Let's get there right quick.
Yeah, go
Second
ahead.
Chronicles chapter 20 and verse 34. Because this is some of the other brothers and sisters got to look out and watch out for when chasing out the money. Or trying to earn money, I'll put it that way. Second Chronicles chapter 20 and verse 34.
The book of Second Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 34. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoshaphat, first and last, behold, they are written in the book of Jehu, the son of Hanani, who is mentioned in the book of the kings of Israel.
Read on up.
And after this did Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, join himself with Ahaziah, king of Israel, who did very wickedly. And he joined himself with him to make ships to go to Tarshish. And they made ships in Ezion Geber.
So what do we see happening right now, brother Ezekiel Yah? What do we see happen?
In this passage.
Yeah, what we just read from 35 verse 36. Need to read it again.
Read it again.
Read verse 35 again.
And after this did Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, join himself with Ahaziah.
So we got the southern king hooking up with what? With the northern king. Read on.
Who did very wickedly.
And the northern king was what? Was very wicked. Read on.
And he joined himself with him to make ships to go to Tarshish.
So they doing what together?
Making spirits together. They
like a joint business together.
Like,
but one of them was wicked, the other one was righteous. Read on out.
And they made the ships in Ezion Geber. Then Eleazar, the son of Dodovah, and Maresha prophesied against Jehoshaphat, saying, because thou hast joined thyself with Ahaziah, the Lord hath broken thy works.
Read on.
And thy ships were broken, and that they were not able to go to Tarshish.
So you see, when brothers and sisters are trying to get with other people and join a business deal together, if one is righteous and one is wicked, that thing ain't gonna work. So I want brothers and sisters to keep that in mind, because we know sisters have businesses, we know brothers have business. You're trying to get with brothers and sisters that are wicked as hell, most High God is showing you that that thing won't work.
Yep, gonna come back and ain't gonna have nothing.
Somebody, you see the Most High God burnt down all the ships. So,
Gotta teach them.
For real.
Yep. That's why those business statistics go on, because we don't get the wisdom of this Bible to sustain them businesses when we go into business.
That's right.
So now the statistics are what? And all the business failed in the first 5 years. Why? Because we don't do it the way the Most High God told us to do. We do it the way the world has always told us to do it. And now we wondering now, I'm waking up now. Okay, that's why my stuff was failing. Because I had trucks. I wasn't doing nothing but paying paychecks. That's it. I wasn't making no money. But he get a check today, he get a check. All the people that work for me made more money than me.
Like you say, this is what brothers and sisters must really read, because the Bible is more than just, like we say, multiple wives and bringing on Esau. It's way bigger than that.
It's a lifestyle, man.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's way bigger than that. Brothers just thinking that, sisters just thinking that. No.
It's
You
the
sadly
true
was
way of
mistaken.
living.
Like Ox said, the way of life, the things, the customs that we celebrate, the encounters that we had with one another, both good, financially, spiritually. We literally just seeing that with a bad business deal. How can a lot of brothers and sisters incorporate that into their lives? Because you see it all the time. Sister, why don't you come over here? Let's do the t-shirt business together. Come on, let's do this business together. Brother, come on, I got this lawn service. I got this barbershop service. Come on over here. Brother, hey, what's your lifestyle like, man? Hey, you doing this, that, and that?
Yeah, because I know Maccabees been a night. They probably they can tell you too. When I first got into it, I was in business with this wicked ass my way.
Oh boy, boy, that was hard.
Guess what, man? If I got the money that he owed me, guess what, man? We wouldn't be suffering for nothing.
I'm pretty sure he was millionaire.
No, I'd be a millionaire. I'd be a multi-millionaire.
You see, he let him set everything up.
See, but guess what? Dealing with, I'm talking about this right here, man. That's why I ain't hit home. Because guess what? I'll be a multi-millionaire. 100%.
Yeah.
Guess what? We wouldn't be suffering for nothing. But guess what? It wasn't righteous, man. You know, I was dealing with our people with this, man. An Israelite person that was woken up to the truth, right? But go ahead.
Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5. We got about 8 minutes left. I'm going to shut it down a little bit. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life.
In this life, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life. Now, like I said once again, I'm not telling y'all you can't go out there and have no money. So go ahead.
What is richer than wisdom that worketh all things?
That what?
That worketh all things.
You get rich by getting this wisdom on the cool. Because it's the Most High that making you rich and making you poor.
And that precept with Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 13 through 18.
Yep.
It's more richer than wisdom.
Yep. Let's go to Sirach chapter 14. Sirach chapter 14, verse 3.
I always refer back to Solomon, man. He asked for wisdom, and the Most High gave him everything else.
Exactly.
Because if you're wise enough to be able to deal with anything, then that's when you can start getting your game. We wonder why things don't happen in our lives because we're not ready for it, man.
That's right.
And then when they do get it, and you see where it puts you in a bad state, like I said, now we crying. Why, Lord, why? We weren't ready for it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I'm trying to, if we get there to the end, because that's what that scripture tells us about being, you got to continue with when you got a little bit, you need to be able to do something right with that before he can trust you to give you the big money. He can't trust you with the little money you got. Go ahead.
13 and 3.
14 3.
14. The book of Sirach, chapter 14, verse 3. Oh, it's like riches are not comely for a nigger.
Riches not what?
Riches are not comely for a nigger.
It ain't comely for you niggas. It ain't good for you. Because sometimes we get money, we be righteous until we get money. Then we revert right back to being that nigga. You can't tell us nothing. Nigga, I'm rich. That's why the Most High said, man, I can't give them no money. They'll lose their soul if I gave them some money. Y'all be losing your soul right now just for $4.
We'll say just off income tax.
Yeah, no. Oh, boy, God, you ain't lying, boy.
It's our 4 easy pay.
Oh, that was
Take mine off 4 easy pay.
Lost their soul on 4 easy pay.
What I'm gonna get
You ain't lying, boy. God dang. Good. Let me get that. Read that again.
Riches are not comely for a nigger.
Uh-huh.
And what should an envious man do with money?
What would you do with the money? You'll be really hating. If you was a hater, you gonna be amped up hater when you rich, boy.
Big hater.
You gonna be, and then, I can imagine, you gonna be just dashing in front of the people you don't like. Can I get a $2? Man, I don't got no money. That's what because you trying to, it's envy. You ain't got nothing but hate with it. And you expect for Most High to give you some money. We said, man, I don't give money to niggas. I give them the Israelites, but I don't give money to niggas. Niggas get their money from our oppressor. Because as he get it from the way he got to do it the way they do it. The Most High said, no, I don't give it to him. Let us oppressor give it to him. But when the Most High give it to you, hey, it's happiness that's going to come behind it. It's glory going to come behind it. Because you did it with the way he told you. Let's go. Where we at? We finished there? Yeah, let's go. Stay in the same book. Let's go to 13 and 24. Sirach. I don't even think you got to turn the page. No, you don't.
The book of Sirach, chapter 13, verse 24. Riches are good unto him that hath no sin.
This is what the riches are good for. See, when you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you got a foundation and you stuck there, and that's what you do, that's what the riches is good for. Because guess what, when you do that, you'll be able to use the money in the right way. You'll put it in the right place. You'll put it in the right hand. Go ahead.
Riches are good unto him that have no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly.
The what?
And poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly.
Poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly.
Just think about that. Think about we used to have that crowd of homeless people that was next to 7-Eleven. How they would be some of the most heaviest scoffers that's out there.
Man.
Just think about that, man. I'm talking about scoffing heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Nick, bro, you scoffing because it's the summertime and you ain't out here freezing right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna catch you behind in the wintertime, man.
You ain't gonna see them. They ain't gonna be there. Sometimes come back, they be right back.
I'm talking about some of the heaviest scoffers, man.
Yeah, man.
But you want some water? Yeah, I take one tomorrow.
You gonna listen to the word? Nah, I ain't gonna listen to the word.
Then they be from, and a lot of you be talking to, they used to have good jobs and all this stuff, man. You be like, I get there. Then you see her. Where we at?
He just finished 24.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 25. The heart of a man changeth his countenance, whether it be for good or evil. And a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance.
Boy, like he said, people change when they get that money. That's why the Most High can't give some of y'all no money right now, because he know your heart. Y'all be all up in here, shalom, shalom. They give that money. Oh, nigga, get out of my face. You was shaloming before you had that money, but boy, as soon as you get that dollar, you ain't shaloming nobody no more. You done changed religion. You done changed everything.
So when you ain't speaking today, see Shalom B. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what he said. It changed the continent. Everybody say that all the time. Y'all heard that before. Money changes people. Because more money, more problems. You finna get defensive. You ain't gonna like nobody saying nothing to you because you guess what? You thinking they come to get your money. They don't even know you got it, but you think they do. So you gonna get defensive soon. Like, I want you to come up to my house for a girl. Why you over here, man? What you want? What you want? I've been coming up here for 15 years. You my brother, ain't you? God dang it. Then all of a sudden, hey, hold on. Your confidence changed. Read that again.
The heart of a man changeth his countenance, whether it be for good or evil. Mm-hmm. And a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance.
See, when you do the right thing with that money, it makes a cheerful countenance. When you out there doing wrong, believe me. That's why a lot of rich drug dealers always say how uncomfortable it was to be a rich drug dealer. Everybody is on your back. You're in a different world. Everybody wants to take you down. Everybody wants some of your money. See, but when you humble and doing the way the Most High got, people don't even know you got it.
And you know how crazy it be. See, but with us, we look at it spiritually. But on the corner side, Esau look at that as being really a weak-hearted man. I'm gonna show you how the difference on how we think. But with us, we see a drug dealer, whether good or bad. Yes, we see a drug dealer as a person that's in sin, that's corrupting our community. Esau thinks like this about a drug dealer. If brother ever thought about it, if you ever was the type of drug dealer, I always was a thinker when I was doing it. So if you was the type of drug dealer, this is what Esau would do. If they see a drug dealer in their community, if he giving back to the neighborhood, he helping children out, guess what? That drug dealer be in jail soon. But if he was a drug dealer that was killing everybody, he was bringing terror, they'll let him stay out of the street as long as he want to stay. That's how Esau think. He want a person that create terror and danger, and he want a person to create havoc in the neighborhood. But when you a person that is a drug dealer, you kind of got a soft heart a little bit. No, guess what? Your ass got to go. You'll be in the penitentiary, man, right? But with us, guess what? I don't give a damn how much you give back, man. If you're a drug dealer, your ass is out of line, right? We thinking spiritually, man. We ain't thinking on no carnal way, man, right? Go ahead,
Let's go to Sirach chapter 31:1. Stay in the same book.
Book of Sirach, chapter 31, verse 1. Watching for riches consumeth the flesh.
And what?
Consumeth the flesh.
Watching for your riches when you trying to protect your riches because you thinking everybody wants your money now that you got some. So you paranoid for everything. Watch so it consumes your flesh. You might have a heart attack. You're going to be worried. You need some goddamn pills now because you done got some money. Because you worried about everything. Read.
In the care thereof, driveth away sleep.
And what?
In the care thereof, driveth away sleep.
You ain't going to get no good sleep because you're going to be thinking somebody trying to steal your money. So you ain't going to sleep well. Even if you got it in the bank, you thinking I got lifeline.
Take that bank account.
Ain't getting no sleep,
Ain't getting no damn sleep.
Ain't getting no sleep.
That's how
Go ahead.
the eye is though.
Verse 2. Watching care will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaketh sleep. The rich had great labor in gathering riches together.
They have great labor. They done did a whole lot of wickedness to get this money. Go ahead.
And when he rested, he is filled with his delicates.
And when he rests, when he finally sit down, I got everything I need now. Go ahead.
The poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is still needy.
See, the poor, when you ain't got no money, boy, you labor in your poor estate, boy. You just working from what? Paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, you still need it.
Which a lot of us, we still need it. Boy, we get a pay like right now. My paycheck I already spent. I ain't even got it.
For real, man. It's just like that, man.
And I don't get none of it.
Boy, I'm talking about just like that.
Another point is, I know brothers and sisters been saying that around Facebook too. You go to the store, spend $200 worth of groceries. You like, what the hell did I get?
Oh man!
This is about 3
And I remember, boy, you can spend $200. You come out there with 2 baskets. Man, I'm two
sacks.
That's exactly what you get. I sit there and say, how? How? Man, I got a Snicker and some toothpaste.
And get what? And then you put the food in the refrigerator, everything get ate up but the seasoning.
I mean, everything. That's it. And when you go to the store to get that meal, you spend $200. You bought a meal. You bought a meal for it.
Guess what? Just like, and I know sisters could test this. Sister makes some spaghetti. I mean, by the time she buy all her ingredients, that's about $60, $70. You might well go to spaghetti warehouse or something, man, and pay $20 for the meal, right?
And you guys gonna have to bring your husband. You talking about, here your plate. You owe me $80 though, you know, just for the feed him. She had to come out her pocket to get that. Boy, that's crazy, boy.
Yeah, for one meal, man.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. He that loveth gold shall not be justified, and he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof.
He said, he that loveth gold shall not be justified. You love money, ain't no justification in that. We like money, we're supposed to want it, but that ain't something we gotta love. And that's what, man, it's like the normal thing now. I love money. Like that's great. It's not. According to the Most High, it's not. Go ahead.
Gold hath been the ruin of many.
The what?
Gold hath been the ruin of many.
Money has been the ruin of a whole lot of people. And everybody in here knows somebody that money done tore their butt up. Money done tore their butt up. Money done made families break up. Money that made children hate their daddy. Money that made men kill their wives. Money that made wives kill their husbands. Money done did some bad stuff.
You know what? Money make a person betray Yahushua. Right. If a money can make Judas betray Yahushua,
yes.
What the hell you think he's gonna do for one of us, man? And he the King of Kings, man.
And all wars is about what? Money. Money ain't no joke, buddy.
Sirach 31 verses 5 on down, precepts or what, basically? See what brothers is thinking. I always think about precepts, man. The context is what? Gold and money. So what precept did we go over talking about money? Say it again. First Timothy. Y'all can never
First
forget
Timothy
that.
6 and 10.
Remember, we talk about money, love, going into the same thing, man. What it do? If brothers and sisters covered after it.
6 and 9.
Because look, hey, look. I mean, brothers understand why brothers be trying to keep brothers in the context of the class. That's how you build your class.
That's right.
Right? That's how brothers build their class. Don't get off the subject. Stay on subject line.
And you want it to flow like that.
That's right,
you
man.
Staying on subject. So when you speaking on it, you stay boom, 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 boom. So you don't want to get out of class with 1,000 different subjects. Then they go home and be confused about everything that you done gave them.
So this is what we were going. That's what we were going over Count 101 this Thursday. On how to keep the flow of your class going. This is how to keep it. That's why you trying to keep, when brothers ask a question, keep your mindset in the context of what we going over.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, finish up. Keep going.
Gold has been the ruin of many, and the destruction was present.
And the destruction was present. We seen it. Go ahead.
Verse 7, it is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it.
It's a stumbling block. See, this money is a stumbling block. That's how America controls y'all and all of us. Put it that way. I'm not gonna that's how America controls us. The almighty dollar. That's how it controls it. Make you fight for it. You want that American dream? Cost you $1.
They sacrifice unto it because what? They'll literally see brothers and sisters give up their souls, mamas, daddies.
Exactly. Everything over
Bow,
money.
Everything.
Over money. Money has done the worst damage of any substance you have ever seen. It wasn't the crack that was killing them. It was the money that was killing them.
Right.
Because the only reason they were selling the crack was to make the money.
That's a cold blooded song, boy. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, it was. He was before his time when he did that. But I guess he...
Mean Green, boy.
And it was all 100% factual. You can sing that book today, and it's still sing.
They belong at the class.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going, because it don't stop. It don't stop right here. Go.
It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it. And every fool shall be taken therewith.
That every fool gonna be taken therewith. So if you're a fool and you fall in love with this money, you're a fool. And you're gonna be taken therewith. You're gonna be, hey, I need to get it. Go ahead.
Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish, and have not gone after gold.
He said, blessed is the, now when you get your money righteously, blessed is the rich that are found without blemish. Meaning you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not making mistakes. You're doing this thing the way the Most High God said. So that's how we got to get our mindset. I'm trying to get somebody in here to get their mind right. Because the Most High bless you, He going to bless all of them. Somebody get your mind right to receive some money. Somebody. Go ahead.
Verse 9, who is he? And we will call him blessed.
We will what?
We will call him blessed.
He said, we will call him blessed. Who is he? Who is he? Go ahead.
And we will call him blessed. For wonderful things hath he done among his people, who have been tried thereby and found perfect. Then let him glory.
He said he been found and tried and found perfect. He found he was doing the right things according to the Most High God.
Let's see why though, real quick. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Like I said, we bring out these precepts to try to keep brothers in that same spirit, that same flow. Matthew chapter 19. What brother know where I'm going? Any brother know out there? Who's going to take a guess at?
Matthew 19?
Yeah, but what verse? Mr. Smart Man. Verse, yeah, all praise God. Remember, we keep it in the same context. This is why he's going through these precepts.
Bet your principal was mad at you.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 19, verse 24. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God.
Hey, it's hard for a rich man to enter into the kingdom, man, because you got all types of temptations that you can fall victim to. That's why in Sirach it's saying, "Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish." Hey, it will be a struggle for brothers and sisters to guess what? Fight through that, man. $1 billion, man. Just imagine brothers and sisters had millions upon millions of dollars. Do you honestly think you will be in the truth today? You know what I'm saying? That's a question that brothers and sisters, hey, they didn't say it was impossible. It just said that it's hard as hell.
That's the reason why that's the reason why I do give all honor and praise to the Most High. Because I felt like if I got rich, I don't think I probably would stay. Being that I was young in the truth too, didn't have no understanding of the truth, I believe I probably wouldn't stay. And guess what? I didn't just have that opportunity. It was over and over and over again opportunities that were kept being presented. Guess what, man? I just didn't take the bait, right? But don't think that it wasn't there. But like you say, I'm like I said. You think about it. People that's in this truth right now. The Lord gave you millions upon millions. Could you just stay in this mode, man?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Let me get this last scripture. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 8. This is not the law. This is my last scripture. Proverbs chapter 30 verse 8.
The book of Proverbs chapter 30 verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
He said, there you go. Read that one more again.
Remove far from me vanity and lies.
He said, remove far from me vanity and lies. I don't want to hear the lies. Go ahead. This is what I need, though.
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
See, give me neither. I don't want to be poor neither. But I don't want to be rich neither. Because then if I be rich, I got to deal with them rich problems. If I'm poor, I got to deal with them poor problems. I may not eat today. But he's telling him, hey, just give me something that's convenient for me. Where I can go get me a house and go to work and get me a car and do what I got to do without no problem. I don't want to struggle in this thing. I don't need $1 million. I don't need $50 million. If you can't make $100,000, $200,000 work, I don't know what's wrong with you. Then you just went overboard. God dang it. Shoot, give me $200,000. It ain't gonna matter to me anyway. I promise you I have a couple of million next year. That's all you need to do. Just be convenient. Enough for you. And I ain't saying that's all this little what's now. I'm talking about, hey, you can get money. Like I told y'all, there's nothing wrong with getting money. We're not supposed to be chasing and loving this thing. Read that again. Did you finish?
Yeah. Feed me with food convenient for me.
That's what all you want. Is food convenient for you. Enough money to help you throughout the rest of your life that you got to deal with. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And y'all need to be praying for that. Because we need to start doing a little better too and stop being just at the bottom all the time. Just because he say you at the bottom don't mean you got to be at the bottom of the bottom. God dang it. Right. And then we'll bring out this law, and that's going to be the last thing we got. You got it?
Yeah, you go to Deuteronomy. We'll read a couple of them. Deuteronomy 14, 22.
So you pastors out here, man.
I'm putting folks stealing this stuff.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 22. Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed.
What?
Of thy seed.
The money?
Of thy seed.
Man, Rob died.
Speak it loud, y'all. Let them people know what he talking about.
Go ahead, read it again.
Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed.
So even when we going to tithing, tithing was not money. Tithing was for basically anything to help the nation, man, going into like seed, man. Whether it was crops, man, oil, right? Meat, anything that would help us, man. It wasn't no monetary all the time that the pastors are trying to put out there and trying to declare. But that's what they do for the love of money. Yeah, tithing, brother, you ain't tithing. Right? But they don't go by the law.
And Keep reading. I'm gonna show you what else they don't go about.
Go ahead.
That the field bringeth forth year by year.
When?
That the field bringeth forth year by year.
Not
Money
every.
growing trees. money, also money do grow on trees.
Yeah, and see, that's when they gave all the money, all the nations. We gave that money to the Levites every year, and the Levites had stored it where? In storehouses. But now, not the pastor. You supposed to get them tithes every time you turn around. Every time you get $1 or $2, boy, you better not even find a nickel. Pastor be right there. Hey,
Hey.
you get 1.5 cents out of that nickel, man.
2 pennies, bro. 2 pennies.
They want that money, man. Yeah, hey, man. Hold on. You can't find money. You find money, the pastor finding you. And on that note, we're gonna say shalom.
Yeah, I already do that.